Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome back to another episode of ROIL TALK podcast where we smoke, lift, and...
Motherfucking live.
I thought you took boys and girls out of your intro.
Yeah.
What are you going to call me out for? This is your first time tuning in. We really appreciate it.
Joe, your arms are
allow us
great.
to introduce ourselves. My name is Joe.
Adam.
Jake.
And we got big man Jorge behind the table. FYI, ladies, stay out of his DMs.
What are you doing right now?
What?
He doesn't even know. This is Joe.
That's not
This
official.
is Joe. Yeah,
What?
this
That's
is
not
Joe.
official.
Yeah, this
No,
is Joe.
no.
Jorge, is that
Stop
official? She eats your wagon wheel and all of a sudden it's official.
No, I know. Tell them both chill. Just go do it again.
Yo, all you women hit up Jorge.
Repeat. Yeah.
Hit up Jorge. Hit up Jorge. And a wagon wheel.
Show them your love.
Show them what's up.
If you guys are watching this, please, we'd really appreciate a like, follow, subscribe. Does us well. Gets us where we need to get going. We appreciate all the love. You guys are awesome. Let's get this fucking video started. I'm so hyped right now. Do you know how long we've been trying to get this fucking video done?
This guy?
Yeah.
That came?
Dude, from like day one, we've talked like, dude, one day we're
He
going to get this
ghosted
guy.
us.
One
Yeah,
day.
no, he ghosted
and
us.
then he
We have been
canceled
checking
on
the
one of
list.
our-
We have been checking the list.
Oh my
he,
God,
ghosted,
dude.
he ghosted us at first, then he came around. So,
Adam,
anyways,
give this guy the introduction he deserves.
Yeah.
I don't even think he needs one. But anyways, this guy has a big presence in the high desert. You guys know his voice before you see his face. You guys know exactly who he is.
Hell yeah, you do.
He's a stud. See him in the gym every morning. He does his thing. But we got the one only, if you follow him on IG, which is the main thing, the Mike Arias is in the house
Mike
tonight.
Arias.
About time. I finally found the directions and
It's a little detour, but you got
way
it.
to go over the mountains and through the woods to get here, but I found it.
Yeah.
I found
We've
it.
had people come from LA, bro.
I brought water,
Virginia.
tent.
Virginia.
Virginia is our furthest guest. Two.
Too. Yeah,
Really?
so Hesperia isn't too far now, is
He's
it?
yeah.
He's a
Right down the
gated
street.
community Apple Valley.
Yeah, I know
cat.
exactly where Michael is.
Yeah, right down the
Nice
street.
guy.
Right down the street.
You know what? Those streets are immaculate, bro. Not a pothole inside.
No, there's
dude.
not.
Oh, yeah.
It's fucking perfect.
It's like our neck of the woods, huh, Joe?
Yeah, dude. Every time I drive in there, I'm like, we're not in Kansas anymore, dude. Like, at all. It's fucking crazy.
Cars all
Civilization.
quiet. Just driving, huh?
Yeah. How's gym been, Mike?
It's good, man. So far, so good. We're,
Looking nice and
we're
juicy.
doing it.
What do you-
Yeah, you
what's-
are.
what's
Yeah,
Still
we're
the-
doing it. I told you guys I got on the HGH a while back and shoot. I think I might have been shooting at the wrong time because it was. I
doing the
think I
night?
put about 20 pounds on me. Yeah, I was busted out of my shirts and everything. I get a lot of my stuff is custom made, so I had to give a lot of it away because none of it fit no more. And I held on to it for about a while because I was like, I'm gonna get back into
So
this.
your mask stayed?
Well, yeah, so far.
That's good.
Right on.
Yeah,
That's
yeah,
working.
for
Yeah,
sure.
you're getting
Fuck
the
yeah.
results. You're getting what
Fuck
you
yeah.
paid for.
How long you been on HH?
I was only done. Did it for about 45 days.
Oh,
Nighttime?
man.
Were you doing it?
Yeah.
That's they say when that's somebody gains the weight.
Yeah, it was
Really?
gaining the weight.
Nighttime
Yeah, so that's
sleep.
what I found out. You're supposed to shoot it in the morning when you're fasted
Yeah.
and continue to fast. Shoot it bright and early, but that stuff packed on some weight. So all of a sudden, man, I was like, I put my shirt on one day and I was like, man, this thing's getting a little snug. And the next day it did not fit.
Yeah.
And so I went about a week before more clothes came in because I was like, I got nothing to wear.
He's asking
Yeah,
to wear.
yeah.
Hey, did you dry this? Did
It
you
was-
dry this?
Yeah, yeah.
Did you dry this shirt? I'm pretty sure you dried it.
All the
He,
buttons were all
has that.
stretched out.
He had
Yeah,
that.
I've had that
he had
before.
that meme moment where you like realize like it's not because it's dry. That's because my muscles are growing. Like
It was
that gym
gnarly.
meme.
I couldn't believe it, man. I was like, this is a real deal, man. This is
I've always
what
kept
happened.
fat Joe stuff and then skinny Joe
Yeah,
stuff.
so I
'cause
got tons.
yeah.
I got large, extra large, double X. It's
Yeah.
crazy.
You go up like that? You fluctuate?
Yeah, like right before summer, that's when I'll do a cut. I'll lose 30 pounds or 20
Yeah.
pounds. The next thing you know, I'm like, holy, like they're falling off my ass. So I gotta go to my
Skinny
skinny shit, dude. Like, it
Yeah,
sucks.
it's
But
wild though.
I found a good happy medium, as I've done it through the years. And then you're kind of set there, what I mean?
Yeah.
You'll be like, this is where I am for the.
Do you fluctuate a lot, or you pretty much stay the same?
Well, no, I just been going up.
Yeah.
Is it going
So I
up
think
in the way you want it to go up?
Yeah, so
Okay.
now I think if I could get this thing cut down here in the next few months, I think hopefully it'll look a little
Hercules,
calf-ass decent.
Hercules.
Yeah.
So,
But so I do got the largest
Custom
still.
made, custom
I still
made.
got the largest.
Custom
we
made.
just in
Well,
case.
share us your program. Share with everybody. Like, what's your gym get?
Well, so I've been doing it for 10 years. 5:30 in the morning. There for a little while. I was getting to 6, man. It was getting hard to get up there. But so yeah, it was like 2014-ish. Started hitting it, every day, 5 days a week, solid. So it's been going good. But I mean, you just don't, over years, you really get the idea of like, look at, you're not going to get there by just not taking or doing anything. That's not going to happen. I see these guys all the time, and it's like, I was in the same boat. You're not going to get any definition. If you're in late 30s, 40s, 50s, I mean, I don't care what diet you're on, you're probably not going to look like you work out. Even if you work out 5, 6, 7 days a week, man. I don't think it's possible.
So how many of those 10 years have you been taking TRT?
Just the last year and a half.
And do you...
Miles. I mean, night and day. Yeah, night and day.
So would you say like you learned how to work out, or you retained anything from those previous 10 years that benefited you?
Yeah, I mean, definitely, watching and getting trained. I got trained, a few different times from some people too. So yeah, learning different forms and stuff like that, or learning the the rep count and all that stuff too. But what's crazy is once you're on some type of something, a supplement of some sort. It's just the workout's totally different, right? And it's not that
energy.
No, not even the energy, but the motivation is totally different, right?
Agree.
It's just like, man,
I almost feel like the muscles see themselves. They're like infatuated with themselves, like in the mirror. Like they got eyeballs on themselves. Like, give me some more.
And that's the thing too, is it's been so long where people thought that taking anything was a bad thing. Testosterone was looked at bad. Whatever, you're getting a hormone, growth hormone, any of that stuff. But it's like now it's like, shoot, man, if you're not on that stuff. Gary Breck, I was into that guy for, I watch him a bunch, but I don't know if you ever watched that guy.
Yeah,
Gary Breck was 10X with Grant Cardone and the guys or whatever. But he, talked about the study that came out in 2018, that they hadn't done the study since, I think it was the 50s or 40s.
48.
It was like 48. They haven't done any studies on testosterone injections or supplementing testosterone.
The levels of people then versus now.
Well, there was 3 people they tested, and the 3 people had issues within years after it, but it had nothing to do with the testing.
The test was like not broad, not thousands of people. Like it was.
They redid it in 2018 and found out if you don't supplement testosterone, that you're more prone to the heart attacks, strokes, and all that. We're not MDs, we're not doctors, by the way.
We're just bro science,
bro science.
Yeah.
But they say the only thing that like is a proven fact for longevity of life for like 10 to 15 years is like heavy weightlifting.
Yeah, weightlifting for sure.
Right.
Strenuous.
They say if you only do one thing type of workout.
Well, they say,
that's the one thing they can prove that gives you like 10 more years to your life.
Well, they say what the problem is that people's bone structure gets so weak, right? So that's why they start falling when they get older. That's how they deteriorate so fast, is because they're breaking hips, they're falling down.
Did you hear about Brecca, how he says people don't fall and break their hip. They break their hip and fall.
Right.
He says people get it wrong, like old people, elderly. He's like, they didn't fall because they just fell. Their hip broke, and that's why they fell.
That's interesting.
And like, if you look at it different, whatever, he was on a podcast I listened to. He's like, it's not a lot of people. It's the bone density. They get weak.
Yeah.
Because women lose 3 to 5% muscle mass
Every
year
or something like that.
after like a 40.
If not earlier. Shit, it was like 30.
I say guys start already getting a decline in tests at 25.
Right.
At 25?
That should RFK should change a little bit of that.
Dude, he looks amazing.
Yes,
I've heard
he
of that
does.
friggin' whack.
Shout out, Secretary.
Dude, he looks
just
just
with
Personal
his,
friend of ROIL TALK.
with his diet coming in and just personal. Yeah.
Personal friend of the show.
We just got off the phone with him. He's
Yeah,
like,
he was
dude.
like,
He's doing
Joe, tell Mike I said.
he sent us all kinds of peptides.
Yeah, he said he doesn't have time for us yet, but he'll circle back.
Yeah.
Kind of like you.
He'll be back. But yeah, I mean, it's so like I said, all that stuff's a big thing, man. It's just, gosh dang, you see these people at the gym, and you're just
You
like,
got to take advantage of it because
Agreed.
don't be naive. Like it's
Agreed.
Mike, how old are you?
43.
So not your maybe a little late 40s into the 50s. It reminds me of like old school, like the 70-year-old people are about like weed, how they call it dope.
Mm-hmm.
But like the late 40s, not so much anymore, but 50 to 60-year-olds are totally against
Anything.
any steroids or anything. They're fucking way against it. Like it reminds me of that generation. They all have their
Yeah.
own stigma.
Yeah.
My dad's like 56, 58, and I can't. I'm like, dude, just get on some tests, like a low dose test.
Yeah.
I guarantee you'll be feeling like a champ. And he's like, nope, I'm not. I'm gonna do it. I'm like, all right.
It's just funny, like I said, you see these guys that show up. I mean, it's funny because it's doing it for 10 years, and a lot of times it was at just one gym before I started switching to a different gym and different gyms, but you would see these people. There's not very many that were so consistent, but the ones that were, and now you see them, you're just like, man, they're still in the same thing. They look the same. No definition, no nothing. It's just like, I want to just like, man, let me just give you.
You seen Evan
hints.
lately?
Which one?
Evan?
Hulk.
Oh, the Hulk. Yeah, dude, he's massive.
You live right across the street from him, right?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. We gotta get him on here. Maybe we'll test him on the air.
Yeah.
Live.
Lie detector.
We're gonna pull lie detector, and we're gonna take his blood.
When
We're gonna read his
say
results.
that was a lie.
It's not fair.
We're all
It's
taking
not
his blood, hair sample, we're
Yeah,
sending
yeah,
the DNA
yeah.
in. Like,
Yeah,
what are
bro.
you guys?
And he's right now the same weight as me. I'm at 230 right now. It's the heaviest I've ever been. But obviously, I'm not.
He came by the other day. He's like,
He
guys,
looks
look at this.
He
And I'm
looks
like,
amazing,
dude. It's just shredded six pack. I was like, fuck out of here, Evan. No one wants to see that.
massive.
And he doesn't do it
Looks
very
so
often,
good.
but every once in a while he'll come show off a little bit.
No,
He's like,
yeah,
dude.
yeah,
He doesn't
yeah.
like.
Oh, he's cooped up, man. You got to think about it. Yeah, he works at home and stuff. So
Yeah.
And he lives
He
with all women.
doesn't give it out of the house
His
ever.
wife
So
and
he
two
wants,
daughters,
to
so-
show somebody.
Yeah.
No, he won't get in trouble.
That
if he-
guy is going on more cruises than I can count.
Oh, for
Dude,
sure.
He loves
Oh, he
cruises.
loves to take
No,
his shirt off.
yeah.
That's the only time he's probably allowed.
Yeah, I think so.
He's smart, dude.
And it's only Disney cruises. So
Yeah.
families only. You know?
So
He knows the kids will
he's
get
got,
taken care of there.
dude, he's got all the fucking moms over there just.
Oh,
Yeah,
for
for sure.
sure. That
Probably,
dude
yeah.
looks
Go
like
look
a,
at Goofy.
Yeah.
We're busy.
he looks like a Greek god. that
Yeah.
guy.
He probably gets.
Mom, why are
He
you looking
probably
at
signs
him?
autographs on the
Oh,
boat.
for
Yeah,
sure.
yeah.
Who are you? It
That
doesn't
dude
matter.
is freaking.
He's all Hercules.
He is dialed in.
Who do you
man.
want me to be?
Yeah, who do you want me to be, baby?
He's
That's
such
so
a good
fun.
dude.
Good
dude.
guy. Great guy.
That guy, I feel like, doesn't have a bad bone in his body.
No. He's
Such a
super.
nice guy.
Dude, the crazy thing, like I told these guys, I'm like, dude, he was like that in high school. Beard, like one of those just studs,
yeah,
right?
10th grade
And
beard.
so I'm like, another dude that we went to high school with was in the gym, and I'm like, hey, dude, am I lying about this fool Evan in high school? He's like, that fool came out born with the beard. Like, that dude would have made it even more funny when I thought about it.
Yeah, that dude's he's dialed in for sure, man.
Tell us about your background. Where were you born?
So right here, I was born right here in Apple Valley, man. My parents came up here in the mid '70s.
Where are they from?
They're right there out of Paramount, and my dad was out of Paramount. My mom was out of La Mirada,
Okay.
Whittier area. Yeah, they moved up here in the '70s. My dad and his dad, they were building houses up here since the early '70s. So my dad was running framing crews. There was a couple different builders up here they were working for. One of them's still around. It's changed hands, but Desirada Homes. Jim Dillard owns that thing now, but they were framing for Desirada.
Remember Jim from the
Yeah.
Anytime?
Yeah, from anytime
Cool dude.
with her, yeah,
Great
great
dude.
guy.
Fit
So
guy.
before that, they were framing for them back in the days, back in the '80s.
But there's a story to
90s.
that brand, correct?
Yeah.
Yeah,
They've
there's a little
changed
bit of
hands and
story,
stuff. But yeah, so they're framing, and then my dad, they were building homes for themselves too over the years, and he ended up. So during high school, that's what I would go work with him every summer or whatever, even during middle school too. And I think in elementary school I worked a couple times. I think my first check I got cut from their company back in the day I was like 12 years old or something like that, for working over the weekends or whatever. But always worked over the weekends with my dad. My mom passed away in 2008. She had leukemia, so she passed away from that. And in the meantime, they were building their dream home, which my dad still lives in now or whatever. But she never got to see that thing. So, she's a stay-at-home mom. She had a freaking awesome life, raised us or whatever. So it was really, really cool.
How many siblings?
2 older sisters, me and 2 older sisters. We're all a year and a half apart. So, like I said, my dad, he's been building homes up here for over 45 years. So we've been in the real estate industry for forever. And so we were working. I was working with him every summer. So finally, I got out of high school, and we were doing, when the market took a dive back in the late '90s or whatever. Well, in the '90s, but we were doing flood and fire restoration, working for the companies that your house catch fire, we'd go rehab it, flood it, we
water
would do all that
damage,
stuff. Yeah, 24-hour calls, all this stuff.
So, you get paid more because you're 24 hours.
Yeah,
doing all this stuff.
we were doing that stuff, and then so when I got out of high school, I was continuing to work with him, and as he was doing all that stuff, and my cousin called me one day, and he's like, "Hey man, I need a messenger over here at this title company," and I was like, "Man, I got a job. I don't, I'm good." So I was like, call her other cousin or whatever. So then I told my dad about it, and then like 3 or 4 days later, my dad's like, "Hey, whatever happened to that job?" And I was like, "Well, I told him I got a job." He's all, "The hell you do?" He's like, "Get out of here, man." He's all self-employed. He's all, "No, hell no, you're not doing that." He's all, go get that job or whatever. So I was like, all right. So I went over there, and I was running documents around, just up here locally, running documents around to real estate offices, and for about 8 months. And then I got a position. It was funny because I got a position inside on a desk job, right? Well, my whole life, all I knew was working outside. We were tiling showers and tearing houses apart. So I saw this one girl I went to school with, and I was like, man, that's crazy, right? I mean, freaking air conditioning, a desk.
When is it, like 90s? 80s?
This
90s?
was a 99. This is 2000, 2001.
So you
I graduated in 2000.
You transitioned from working outside to inside?
Yeah, so I was running. So like I said, so what's funny too is working as a messenger, I was just driving driving my car around delivering stuff, and I was like, "They pay people for this?" like I said, we're on top of roofs doing all this stuff my whole life. So now I'm running documents around and air conditioned. I didn't have an air conditioner at that time, but still, man, I'm wearing freaking shorts and a polo shirt. I'm like, I'm getting paid for this. This is wild, right? And then, like I said, then I got the promotion inside customer service. I'm just sitting there, working the computer or whatever, and I'm like, man, this is crazy. I mean, this is unbelievable. I didn't know anything about it. And then I did that for about 4 years, I want to say, 4 and 4. So 2005, I went into sales. So my clients are realtors, lenders, builders. Those are the guys I want when they are doing a transaction. When a realtor has a buyer and a seller, I want them to use me to do the closing, right? To handle the transfer of money, the signing of documentation. Mm-hmm. I want them to use my company. So that's what we do in a nutshell.
So you're an agent or a broker? How does
so now I'm right now it's called a sales representative. So I'm just building the business, right? Yeah. Building the business, getting them to use our company as they have a transaction. So when the problem arises, to be able to troubleshoot it, obviously, is where you have bring some value to the agents, the realtors, the lenders, the builders, and stuff like that. So
there's more to what you do. You help out the process.
Yeah. So a lot of them, a lot of the reps out there, they don't know anything, man. So they're just kind of out there like, hey, how's everything? How was your weekend? Stuff like that. There's where you see my videos. I'm talking about the market, what the market's doing. Different issues that are coming up in the real estate industry or different developments that are coming up. So it's helping the real estate community, right? It's helping them. Build their business, get business. That's the idea, to be able to troubleshoot and to bring value to the industry.
So what made you do those videos?
So, I've always tracked the real estate market to find out, what this thing's doing, because, everybody associates their wealth to their real estate, right? So real estate is number one for most people. Mm-hmm. Even if you're a renter, you're still kind of wondering, can I ever afford, or, what does a house payment look like, stuff like that. So they're still interested in it, but trying to figure out, trying to bring value was the biggest thing, but trying to watch the market as it's changing. You could look back in 6 months and go, oh, well, shoot, the market, slowed down, or the market picked back up, or the equity is rising, right? But nobody would ever watch that on a weekly basis and watch it move through time while it's doing it, right? So I used to put out a monthly report, and then I went to, when the pandemic happened, I was like, shoot, we need to watch this thing weekly, because everybody was so scared of
what was going to happen.
Well, so scared of the downturn in 2008, right? The Great Recession. Yeah. Everybody's still kind of shocked and stung from that. So I was like, oh man, once we see this inventory rise, we're going to be screwed with this pandemic. Let's watch it as it happens, right? And again, there was no contact, right? We were all inside our home, so I couldn't go to the offices and go shake hands, kiss babies, and do presentations. So I was like, I better figure out something to do right now that's going to keep us in front of the real estate community, or else we're going to be, we're going to be like the rest of them, no value, not do shit. So I started putting out this weekly market update, right, of what's going on. Watch the inventory. Here's what's happening. Here's what happened in 2008 as far as inventory numbers, and here's when the market started to come apart. So let's watch it as it's happening. So we saw inventory start to rise a little bit, and then the interest rates dropped, and everything's history, right? The freaking inventory fell to nothing. There was 50 people outside of homes, and
prices were crazy.
But like I said, we were able to see it. I mean, I put out a video when we had the lowest inventory. Usually we run up here in the Victor Valley like 1,500 homes.
Yeah, I know she said
is pretty a decent number to have on the market to shop for homes.
What do we have there?
At that time, we had 394 homes on the market. I put out a video. I said, listen, if your land has a wash running through it, or if your house doesn't have a roof on it, now is the time. You will get the top dollar that you'll ever see in the history. So if you have any repairs that need to be done, don't touch the house. Just put the house on the market. It's funny. My aunt that I work with, she put her home on the market and didn't touch it or whatever, and it sold for top dollar in Spring Valley Lake. Man, it needed freaking all kinds of work to it, paint, carpet. It needed some work. It needed some drywall repair and stuff. So she ended up getting rid of that thing. But again, you could see it happening right on a weekly.
So it was informative to the community.
Are you finding the whole corporation thing coming in and buying homes? Do you see that, or do you?
They do see it in some areas. I mean, they are saying that these, some of these big banks, some of these big organizations coming in and grabbing bundles of homes. I think it's a real deal. I mean, obviously, we're not a big market right here. I wouldn't doubt you see it in L.A., the Orange County.
So what would you define like a big market? number.
Well, you want to look at like a metropolitan area, the LA area.
How many houses would be for sale per se for that?
Well, metropolitan areas. I mean, you're talking thousands, tens of thousands of homes. They could have 20,000 homes
For sale at
you
one
know.
time?
Yeah, but I mean, like I said, I like to break it down by cities. But if we look at our market, remember we're like on an island up here, right? I mean,
Right.
Yeah.
we're in freaking nowhere, California.
Yeah.
But and every market is specific, no matter what. But we're on an island, right? We're 30 minutes from the next city out of the area here. But so if we look at that, that's why we could kind of look at our market specifically. But it's crazy. An interesting fact is if you look at Southern California. So the seventh largest city in the world is Mexico City. All right, they're at 27 million people. But if you look at Southern California, we're at that same number. So the Southern California, having that many people, the fourth largest economy in the world. I mean, that's what's so cool about being where we're at is that we have all, this is where we're at. I mean, we're in.
We could go. You could ride like a snowboard.
Yeah.
Go to the beach.
We talked about this.
You could go to all the seasons in one day here, pretty much.
You go
if
hit
want.
Vegas. You want to hit Vegas.
Yeah, you could be
Want to go to
like-
the beach? Go hit the beach.
Yeah, you could almost tag everything you wanted in a day.
Right.
Well, you go out of town and like you go anywhere else. Cities, you could tell cities are different. You drive through our freeways and you just pass through 10 cities. And you didn't realize it, And I always say like owning a business here, it is tough, but you have everyone here. Like you have millions. You know what I mean? Go start somewhere else where you have a population of like 100,000.
Right.
It's a lot less people to appeal to. So
I have a buddy that you might know him, but he has a pipeline business here in town, and underground.
Yeah.
And I asked him, what's going on, this, that, and the other. He's like, dude, it's hard. But he's like, but once you work here, live here in California, you can't leave here because of what you make and how it works and all the different things that go on. He says you can't make the same money.
Well, the thing is, people don't think about it. They're like, oh, you got all these people that left. And all those damn people that left over the last 4 or 5 years, if they would have stayed, we probably would have turned the state red, damn it. But they all
That is
friggin',
true.
they all
They all
friggin' bailed out on us.
They've
again.
all-
Yeah, you
They
son of a
they
bitch.
friggin' gave us the finger and left.
Clearly
man.
never watched Chuck Norris.
Arizona and
we
Texas.
did it without them, though. You know what?
Yeah.
We did it without
Well,
them.
I think it's gone,
hopefully.
baby. It's red. It's going to be red.
Arizona and
It's
Texas,
red.
they
It's
left
so
us,
red.
though, for those
I
two
don't know. When I
places.
see all these riots,
Even
and stuff,
Idaho.
dude,
Yeah, Wyoming. They all kind of went around.
They all
not too
friggin'
far,
threw the
but
match back in the finger and said, we're at it.
lot
You
of-
guys deal with it. We're like,
Even a lot of businesses, a lot of shit left.
Yeah. But what's crazy, here's what's crazy if you think about it. We are, we got taxed, we got the politics, all that stuff, but we have the best weather in almost the world.
Yes.
I've been down in Huntington Beach hanging out in the jacuzzi, one of the resorts or whatever, and you hear these people, these, accents or whatever, and you're like, and you just sit there and talk to them, like, what are you guys doing? Where are you guys from or whatever? Like, oh, we're from, England somewhere or whatever. I'm like, what are you doing down here in Huntington Beach? They're like, this is what we hear about, the Gold Coast. I'm like, are you freaking kidding me, man? There's a lot of other places I'd rather be, but again, you step back and you're like, shit, this is the place, man. It doesn't get any
That's
better.
why you pay to live here. It
This
costs
is
money.
the best weather, no matter what. You go to Texas, you go to Idaho, you're going to freeze your ass off, you're going to burn, you're going to bugs, you got the humidity. It's like we don't got any of that. And even up here, even though we're in a dust bowl, the weather is still pretty damn mild.
Right.
We've got 360
Well, at least
days of
up
clear
here
skies.
it's super non-smoggy.
Yeah, we
Right.
got better air
Well, that's what they say.
quality.
It's like 100. I think it's like 340 days of clear skies is up here. That's crazy, right?
That's pretty
Yeah.
fucking good.
That's why we haven't had rain in 8 months. But
Yeah, it's been a
water's coming, they say.
Yeah, that's what I heard. I heard we have a huge
Wow.
storm coming. 100 inches of snow.
I don't
need
believe
something,
that
dude.
shit,
We
but
need
like
something.
it's got to be man-made.
Here's another interesting thing for your viewers to think
Shut up,
about.
Jake.
Listen to this. Like we go back to the working out deal. People talk about, like some people, I like to work out outside. I don't want to go into a gym or,
Yeah.
blah,
blah, blah.
all this
Yeah.
crap, right?
Nag.
And so back to the Southern California. Unless you live in L.A., Orange County, San Diego, near the beach, your climate is too wild, right? How can you stay consistent if you like to work out outside or if you like to, you cannot do that. We see
have-
people up here and it's 20 degrees and they're running in the dark. I'm like, you're going to get smoked by a car if you don't freeze to death.
Attacked by a dog.
We have like
Yeah,
a
attacked by
what,
dog.
30, 35 degree swing sometimes.
Yeah, that's what I'm
pretty-
saying. That's why
that's
even up here
drastic.
we have to be inside.
Yeah.
Like my cousins that are down there in Newport and Huntington, they can work out outside on a daily basis, right? They rarely
I'm
have.
super jealous about that too.
Oh, yeah.
But that's what I'm trying to tell people. No matter where you're at, unless you're in those cities, get your ass inside to a climate-controlled gym. But get into a gym. Don't try to do it from home.
Get
There's
to
no
the
motivation there. You know,
no
you-
motivation.
you-
gym. Different.
Agree.
I have
somebody's the dog's running around, the freaking shit's happening.
Right.
Get into a gym, get your ass moving.
Yeah.
Agreed.
Yeah.
You have to.
Socialize too.
Well, yeah, I mean, some people don't want to socialize, and they're all hammered, and they look all like shit
Yeah,
or whatever. But
yeah.
get into a freaking climate-controlled area where it's, in the mid-70s or high 60s, and it's not raining, snowing, or it's not humid as all hell. Although, it was freaking hotter as hell before they put the AC units in that
Remember it
freaking
got
place.
fixed? Dude, that Mike called him out tough.
I was like, this is
had the-
bullshit. I paid for a membership for this
Remember he had
damn place.
the temp gun?
Yeah.
Dude, I brought the
Oh,
tip.
yeah.
I'm blasting him on social media. I can't be here.
Did Jake call you, or did he say
3
anything?
weeks? No, but it was funny. I don't know who manages the social media, but they freaking reposted it, and I was like, uh-oh. And I was like, I don't know who was supposed to repost that.
There's
thing,
like
but-
9 people supposed
Well,
to
we just had
really?
on Jake right after that, right? Remember we talked about it? He's like,
Yeah.
yes, it's fixed. He's
It
like,
was getting fixed.
they said the problem was no ACs were available. Like it was like a whole whatever. They had like an issue getting someone
Yeah, that
there,
could
and
be.
and then they had to find that unit because it was completely shot.
So
It was like a
I
whole
guess
thing.
I heard the bums went upstairs and took
Yeah.
all the copper.
Yeah,
out.
dude, it was like
Copper.
90 degrees in that freaking place.
Dude,
I was
it's
like, this is a
terrible.
sweat box. I can't be working out here.
I think we were all having a fit.
Dude, it was gnarly hot.
Yeah, that's when you guys start showing up to fucking Victorville. I'm like, what are they doing here?
If we went in the morning, it wasn't.
Well, I'm
too
like, dude, I'm
bad,
starting
but-
to sweat, man. This is crazy.
Yeah.
What are we doing?
Well, I'm
Sweating
starting
in
to
the gym.
sweat.
He's like, ill.
This is crazy. But yeah, no,
I
it
didn't
was,
sign up for this.
Yeah, excuse me.
Yeah, I'm going to Victorville.
It's so wild
Does
that
that
people.
forehead feel sweat?
Oh yeah, baby.
It does?
Yeah, but it's frozen solid.
That's what I mean. Like it doesn't.
Oh, it
really-
is.
yeah.
You guys on Botox?
No.
I'm gonna try some.
You need to.
My chick's
You
getting
get rid of
ready
them
to go.
wrinkles,
I'm-
man. You
I'm
look
going with
amazing.
her.
I've been hearing some weird stuff coming out about Botox.
Hey, so check this
There's a
out.
difference between Botox and fillers.
This is
though.
very interesting. You're gonna love this because
trying
you
to
guys
pay
are all gonna be Botoxed up by next week. But listen, if
more
you
than likely.
stay away from the fillers, though. But listen,
Yeah,
here's
see?
what's crazy. Listen to this. According to cadaver experts,
Cadaver.
So here's the thing. You see these chicks getting these fillers and shit, right? And they start to look like the fucking
Different.
cowardly lion,
Yeah,
right?
they're
Yeah,
different.
It looks
yeah.
like gnarly, right?
Have you ever
Yeah.
kissed one of them? It's very weird. Very
Yikes.
weird. You're like,
Is it a girl?
yeah, dude.
Was it a
Fucking-
girl?
Dude, the tattoo artist. She fucking made out with me. She
It
had
was a
fucking,
trans.
Dude, shoot. No dick. I checked. I got a no battle with the bulge. Just a handful of angel
Jake
hair
would
pasta.
still keep going.
Yeah, he'd
so
still
it
keep
doesn't-
going.
I'd be like, I'm coming you come on the floor.
Yeah.
You know.
Assume.
Beautiful.
Assume the position.
Assume it. Assume it. Yeah. Call me Mr. Beefy. Anyways.
No, Uncle Jake.
No, whatever. I'm down. I'm DTF. You know this.
Call me whatever you want.
But what the fuck were we talking about? God damn it, Adam.
I love it.
The Botox.
Oh, the
fillers.
Botox.
Oh,
kiss.
Botox. Yeah,
Filler
she did.
kiss.
Dude,
Filler
like,
kiss.
she-
or-
like, yeah, dude, she kissed like filler lips.
Yeah. Do it again.
So
what's
the study?
my girl, so the girl
Tongue
over
for
here
a
that
dick.
that does my that does her Botox. So, anyways, yeah, back to the damn story, man. You guys are freaking losing it.
You're the one who went off on a second.
Jake went south on me. So listen, here's what's crazy. This is not
Boy, I had a big time I heard that.
I think Mike got a little contact.
probably man. Shit.
Jake went south on me.
Wait, yeah, we should edit that one out. You can't say that on YouTube.
Yeah, right. Yeah. So listen. So when you see these girls and their face starts to deform, right, because they get filler year after year after
Their
year.
cheeks are up here. their
Yes, or freaking down sagging. I mean, their face just deforms. Anyways, according to cadaver experts, they say the filler does not leave their face for up to 10 years. So when they keep adding filler, it's moving around. That's why their face is deforming. If they're not getting it dissolved,
The
or,
Botox goes away, correct?
Well, Botox, yeah, that goes away after we're working out 3-4 months, probably 3 months or whatever that starts to dissolve. Mine's been about.
Did you see the meme
45
about the
days.
couple in the gym?
No.
They're like,
What's trying to lift his like that?
yeah.
Can you feel it? Can you feel it? Like
No,
it's,
So-
I mean, it feels like it's moving.
Mike, it looks fantastic.
Listen,
moving?
I know it.
no.
So did you see Mike before he got it done? I did.
No, wrinkled out.
Yeah, he had some wrinkles, and like he's like, I'm getting Botox. I'm like, all right, cool. He came back. I'm like, what the fuck? Like he looks
Anti-aging,
like,
man,
Dude, it
it's a
looks
big
really
deal.
good. But you haven't seen
Anti-aging.
the meme about the couple in the gym? It's like an old ass couple working out, like frowning, and they're wrinkled up. So then this young ass couple's like trying to keep straight faces, like working out because they don't want to get wrinkled from fucking all the when you're frowning from lifting and
I'm gonna be
straining.
wrinkly for sure.
Yeah.
You're not. You're good.
I take care of
Jake
my
has that good skin.
I take care of my skin.
Yeah, it looks like you're all Botoxed out.
You all castor oil too?
Castor oil, baby.
Do you
Good
really?
For the put, yeah.
Really?
Yeah, castor
Do you
oil,
do you
good
get
for
it from the source or you put it somewhere else and get
well,
it?
no, I just get it from the source. Do you put it everywhere? I've heard you put it in your belly button because that's the like cause that was your umbilical cord.
Yeah.
That's good
Absorbs?
for you. Yeah, it's pretty weird, but yeah, I put it in my beard. I put it everywhere. Good for the vag. Keeps the puss nice and glory.
What do you
Glory-
use
the
on
glory
your,
hole.
on yours?
What's that?
What do you use on yours?
On what?
On your back.
He's like,
Botox.
What?
Botox. Keep it wrinkle free.
He's
man.
on filler.
Free.
so
Yeah, the filler.
about
That's an interesting deal, though, huh?
3-4
10 years.
months. Do you just do forehead, or you get?
Yeah. Well, they do right here, and they
Does it
they won't
hurt?
really do the crow's feet. They say the men look good with the crow's feet,
Does
so
it
they keep
hurt?
the crow's. No, just a little pinch. I mean, you guys are shooting needles all the damn time. It ain't be nothing to you.
How dare
This
you?
guy.
Sir?
would do it.
How dare you, sir?
You don't know me.
Yeah. That was in private, Mike. That was in private.
Yeah, it's freaking wild.
Yeah, I guess
stuff,
we're in.
man.
I've seen them
But that's
like
what I'm saying.
shoot the electricity. It's like a
Well, yeah.
little
So
zap.
there's this other one that they call it's a PRF, right? The PRF, PPF. Anyways, plasma platelets. So, anyways, they take your blood out, they spin it right, and get the plasma out.
The platelets.
Well, just the plasma, and then they inject this long ass needle up under your eyeball right here, and then they start to back it out as they're filling it with your plasma, and then that'll tighten up the bags, but it's natural instead of having to
Well,
get
shit,
some
the
types
people
of
go to
lasers
for
and shit.
fucking like
Yeah.
anti-
Well, I was gonna say,
Anti-aging,
dude. You're about
dude.
to go
What about the
backwards.
cucumbers?
You're
What
doing
about the
HGH. You got Botox. You're
Yeah.
gonna look 20 soon.
That's what I'm hoping.
He's gonna be like
That's what we're
that.
going
He's
for.
like that Netflix documentary that's out right now.
I also heard that
Anti-aging.
test and steroids. If you're under 40, it'll put you to 40 quick, and then but if you're over 40, it'll keep you at 40.
Yeah.
So
Well, that's
it's like,
what
you're gonna get there anyway, so fuck it.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying, dude. I only got a few years.
the
Fuck
NAD.
it.
Are you guys in an NAD plus or any of that stuff?
No.
The
The
NAD
pills,
plus.
no?
Well, no, it's all peptides and stuff. So, anyways,
peptides.
they say that's what will like freeze you in time.
Yeah.
Well, so you guys
NAD
know that the
plus.
military uses a program called the Fountain of Youth, and it's all peptides and HGH and stuff.
Yeah.
All the like they're badass dudes are all fucking
Really?
on
Yeah, so I
programs.
just got my NAD plus. I got the what else did I get?
What is that?
HCG
probably get that.
peptides.
HCG is good for your junk.
Yeah, to keep them working. That's the thing, man. You want to keep those things
I
working.
recommend Trend.
No. It supports.
Double up on that test, and I recommend good old Trend.
Double the powder, double the fuse.
And
you
just
kind of got to
fucking-
double the test over time.
Yeah, yeah,
I
you
know
probably
this
get-
normal dose doesn't start. You know,
We had a
40 years.
conversation about that.
You know what's
today.
funny?
You guys ever microdosed it though? Like freaking hit it every day?
No.
What the fuck's wrong
test.
with you? What's
I,
wrong? Why
have you
would
heard
wanna
about
do
them
that?
doing that sub?
Well, just to keep you
Yeah.
more flat. You know what I mean? Instead of you're still doing this, no matter if you're doing 5 days, 7 days, you're still
Yeah.
your test is still doing this, but to keep you on an even
Yeah.
kill.
Yeah.
Keep
I
your,
do
they
the-
say it balances your cholesterol.
Are you just once a
and shit.
week?
Wait, 5 days.
Every 5 days?
5 days,
I'm
yeah.
twice a week, so
Once a week.
every fourth day.
Yeah, you do the Monday.
I just went to
Thursday
that
programs.
coconut oil instead of that MCT oil or whatever. My other stuff was what was the other stuff they have that they mix with it? I can't remember, but I think it was having like a reaction to it a little bit.
Grapeseed oil.
Grapeseed oil.
Alright.
My stuff was grapeseed oil, so I just got the MCT oil. So we'll see. It's supposed to be better for you all the way around, supposedly, but
Interesting.
who knows?
That is. Does it hurt? Do you have like it'll,
Well, I would get sometimes I get like a little knot.
Yeah.
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 Yeah. That's a.
Probably
You
the
still get that, or
scar tissue?
Yeah, scar tissue big time, especially in my left shoulder.
yeah.
Have you ever gotten a blood test?
Yeah, all the time.
Oh, yeah?
Every 3 months.
3?
Yeah.
What's your test level been at? It doesn't
Well,
go
just
that
at
high?
a, just well, yeah, well, yeah. So I tested on day 4 of my day 5 of my 5-day cycle or whatever, and it was like 1400.
Okay, good.
So you're staying
So
nice,
it's got to
yeah.
be on the
14
day
to
1
16.
shot. It's got to be close to 2000.
That's
I
okay though.
Well, what are you taking? SIP or E?
Sip.
SIP. It's got a what? 8-day half-life?
I thought it was 7 days. They said or
7 day
something.
half-life.
That's pretty cool though. So you're
So
staying
you're doing
nice.
twice a
Yeah,
week,
you're
dude.
staying
Or you said every
fifth
5
day,
days.
But like I said,
He's
they would try to
never
microdose that
dropping.
thing.
He's
Yeah,
never-
but you would. It would be like if like that. If anything, you know what I mean. We're not talking. You would nothing.
Would you,
You'd ever
would you
feel.
try that? Like microdose, he says? Keep it like that?
I do every fourth day, and it sucks.
I'd be interested
Like, it
to
doesn't
do
suck,
the.
but
But they
don't
said
wanna do
insulin
it.
needle right into your shoulder and your muscle and
Yeah.
just a little dash.
I
I think
use
you could do it in your fat.
I
If
use
you're
it-
doing that little amount.
That's what they
I
said.
use a 5/8 for my test shots.
That's what I use now too.
It
Was
works.
the big dog? Is that the big
I
dog?
agree.
So you got 5/8?
Shorty, not a
Oh,
you
yeah.
know 1
Right?
inch 5/8.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah. I was talking to her. I'm like, "What? You're in already?" She's
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
I'm already-
You gotta
I'm
get
like,
BD needles, bro.
From
Did Lolo
That's
tell
the
you?
brand.
No, they
That's
don't
the
sell on
brand.
Amazon. You have to go.
U.S.
BD is like a
US made?
BD
Yes. Precision.
Precision.
Oh,
Fire needles. Dude,
Shout out, Lolo.
we all switched, dude, and we all noticed. It was
I had
really-
them luckily, but I've been using them for a long time.
Yeah.
I mixed
So-
that HCG the other day, and in that
Backwater?
Well, yeah, with the backwater. When you put that thing
Yeah,
in
it
the
sucks it in.
Well, it sucks it in, but But if you're not right in the center of that thing, it's freaking. You're going through a lot more rubber.
Yeah.
I pulled that thing in. The wife shot me with that thing, man. She's like, "It's not going in." It was dull as.
Oh yeah.
I think it might have had a hook on it.
She
pulled that thing out, man. I was on fire.
Mike,
that's what happened.
Mike, you're supposed to pull and change your needle for an injective.
Well, no, I did. So, like I said, I went to go pull it out, but I couldn't get all my shot in the needle or whatever.
Oh, so you had to.
So I was messing around with this. I was like, let me reposition the thing for some reason, or it came out or something.
Sometimes it's a pain in the ass.
Put that freaking
I
thing
think it's
in the
with,
wrong
I think it's with
spot.
Lolo's bottles. Lolo's bottles, you have to do that.
Yeah, it's got to be freaking dead center, man.
Kelly started doing that for me. She goes, because she
On
same
the
thing.
peptides.
I was like, "Ow, what are you doing?"
Yeah, the
it
peptides,
was
yeah,
it was
the
a dull
peptide
needle because she poked it through.
Dude, I was
watch out.
at the work the other day. This fool fucking I like pulled off my cap and I went like this to grab something, and he walked by and just grazed it. Like I felt him hit my hand. I was like, I don't have enough. I didn't have any. I was at work. And Adam's like, "Do you want to do it or what?" And I was like, "Just fucking do it." And I was like, "Ah!"
And you got AIDS.
Shit hurt, dude.
Great, yeah, you got AIDS.
It's crazy how quick those needles dull.
They're
Like, you
yeah,
get
they're,
one
well, they're
chance.
so they're
They
smaller
say
than
like
your hair.
even from the pull, if you look at it after, it's like brrr.
Yeah.
on a microscope.
Yeah.
You seen
Yeah.
that? That's crazy.
So
Especially if it's
fine.
hitting scar tissue, you know what I mean? It's going to be hitting the wall for sure.
Bend.
My left side has more scar tissue. I used my right side this time, and it was a little more.
How do you
sore,
break
though.
that up? I mean, is there a way to break that up?
1 week.
No, if you go to that, have you
scar
ever done
tissue.
acupuncture?
Yeah, all the time.
You know that guy behind Target?
Yeah, that's where I go.
Yeah?
Dr. Bang, you got to go get banged.
Does he do the
Brian Bang.
the needle gun on you?
Yeah.
And then he does the suction cut.
Yes.
That's removing scar tissue.
Oh.
That's why it's all dark and shit when it comes out.
He's behind Target back there.
Dude, he's
I need to go see
amazing.
my
Dr.
shoulder.
Brian
Do it, dude. I'm
Bang,
down.
dude.
You down?
I'm down.
Yeah, but so he does the cupping with the blood draw,
I'm like
right?
Adam.
So he freaking hits that little needle, puts the cup back over, and pulls the blood out of the injury area. Man, it's freaking life changing.
You feel better?
Oh,
You
life
notice it?
changing.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude.
Does it
I
hurt?
was hunched over. I was going to a chiropractor for 5 days, morning and night. I thought it was the disc or something. My cousin, he's been going to Bang for a little while, and he's like, dude, you need to go see Doc, man, Brian. And so I was like, So 5th day, I still couldn't stand up straight, man. I was all hunched over. So I went over there, freaking stood right up after it.
Really? What do you do?
I freaking did the cupping, and the blood draw with the cupping is the key.
On your back?
Yeah, it's
Key.
It was a muscle.
No one even knows about that, dude.
It's so
crazy.
big. So I took my girl to go film it, and I was like, "Hey, come film me or whatever." And, getting this done or whatever. And he's like, "Nope." He's like, "Nobody's filming this, man. This is my proprietary freaking deal." And I was like, "Oh shit, he wouldn't." Yeah, he didn't want
It's his
to.
own.
Nobody see it.
Does it lock him out of you?
I don't know.
Does it
I don't know
lock him out?
anybody that does it.
Yeah?
I don't know anybody that does it.
You don't feel
Joe-
lightheaded?
Joe
Oh, dude, the
went there. He told me about
blood
it.
is freaking. It's a glob, and it's crazy because, like, if it's an injured area, the blood is coagulated as it's coming out of you, so it's thick. It's like jelly.
No way.
It doesn't
No
run or nothing.
way.
It comes out and it's just a clump sitting on top of the napkin. You go the next day, it gets a little bit. By the 3rd or 4th time, it's back to liquid, and it's soaking into the napkin. It's weird as freaking.
Is it? How long is the process? Like, say a
30
shoulder.
minutes.
Yeah, it's pretty quick.
30 minutes, but the dude's hyper as shit, man.
Joe?
You need
Is
to
he
take him
hyper?
some weed, dude.
He's kind of like you, though.
Dude, he's hyped up.
He
He's slamming doors, banging into one next,
Yeah.
and then the
Yeah.
next.
Oh, he's like an
rooms.
artist. Huh?
Oh, dude, he's crazy.
He's
He look at
eccentric?
you, look at your tongue, and open your mouth, look at your palm. He's like, you're full of anxiety, you're stressed out. Da, da, da.
Yeah, no shit.
Yeah, and then he's like, lay down. And then he freaking pull your drawers down and freaking
Sounds
hammer,
like
put a bunch of
fucking
needles
Too
in.
Good. We go in there. You
Yeah.
go see Too Good. He's a chiropractor.
Yeah,
And he's like, "Hey, my back's hurt." He's like, "What'd you eat last night?"
yeah.
Oh, that's it. I'm like, motherfucker, just fix
Yeah,
my
this dude's
shit.
got the tricks though, man. He's got
Oh,
that whole.
Too Good has a pretty good little.
He's got this whole poster with all the different points. Like if you put it in your freaking big toe, it'll make your freaking nose run or something.
Does it work?
It's a real deal, dude. Ancient Chinese.
Yeah.
This is shit. This is shipping thousands of years
How
old.
often you go, or just when you have
yeah.
an injury?
I try to go at least once a month.
What's the cost?
$80, I think.
Yeah.
$70, something like that.
Yeah,
80,
service?
70. Yeah, it's cheap.
It's simple. You just walk in. You
Yeah.
evaluate.
Well, I mean, you got to call him.
You gotta pay.
He's kind of backed up.
You gotta pay a fee. It's your first time.
Well, I try to post him a little bit, and he's like, no, and then all of a sudden he's like slow, and I was like, dude, let me freaking do a video for you or something.
Yeah.
No.
He's a white guy.
No, he's a freaking
Oh,
Asian
Asian,
dude, man.
Asian?
Yeah, he's Asian. He's
Yeah.
Chinese.
So you do the acupuncture too?
That's all.
Yeah,
he
yeah.
does?
So after he
It's
does
all
the
part of
cupping,
process with the cupping?
after he does the cupping, he takes everything off, and then he'll freaking put the acupuncture, and you sit there for about 15 minutes. Lay there.
with the
Yeah.
needles in you.
Yeah, check this out. So the wife comes home one day.
Ooh.
And she had just left there or whatever. So she's, I don't know, going to get in the shower or something like that. And freaking, dude, he left 3 needles on her.
Oh, dude.
She drove home with freaking needles sticking out of her head. And one
was in a rush.
ended up in her bra, just came off somewhere and ended up in her bra. And there was 2 in her freaking head. She's like, what's that? What the hell? She was taking her sweatshirt off or whatever. Dude, freaking left 2 of them in her freaking head. So watch out. But I tell him, man, I'm laying there, man. I'm like, look again. I don't want to go home. Sit back and someone that pokes your damn heart. I don't know. But
Yeah.
Other than that, he's pretty safe. But
Yeah.
that's crazy.
Other than that,
He'll do.
He's like, he still goes, but
Yeah.
just check for
He'll do
needles.
ones where he's like, okay, this one you're gonna feel.
Yeah.
And then you're like, and then like it's like, ooh, and like, but then the
Burning.
other ones you don't even feel. Like,
Yeah.
but he'll let you know if you're gonna feel one. Like he knows this. one's
Burning
gonna,
zing.
Yeah, this
It's
one's
a
gonna
zing.
It
this
feels?
one's gonna-
You feel it?
Yeah.
yeah.
He's like,
He's
he's
hitting
a
a
pressure
nerve.
point. Yeah, or like a nerve or whatever.
Nerve.
Yeah. He's like, and then
So it's just like a steady like.
Could you imagine big ass Jake laying
he's
there?
just
Him
like-
just.
So when he puts it in there, and then he'll just start to tap it to get
Yeah.
it down a little bit further, and then you'll start feeling it hitting the nerve, man, and you're like, ah. But a lot of times, I'll start making that noise before it hurts.
He's gonna run out of fucking needles for this
Yeah, I'm like,
big
you better
boy.
get yourself go to Costco.
yeah.
I need the
stock
6-inch
up.
needles
Better
for
get the
sure.
Kirkland ones.
what gauge do you think those needles are?
They're tiny.
They gotta be like a.
They got to be the
40,
insulin.
like a 40.
They got to be the
40, yeah.
insulin.
Have you gone there stoned? Have you gone there stoned?
I don't know. I don't remember.
That would kind of freak me out. I wouldn't.
You went for a
Yeah,
shoulder.
that might freak you
Yeah,
out.
that freaked me
Yeah,
out.
my shoulder injury.
It helped a lot.
Well, yeah,
You haven't hit HGH or what are the BBC 157 in that thing?
no, I did, dude. I had years of pain, bro. Years. It was like 4 years, and then someone from the gym was like, "Go see this guy, doc."
Get banged out.
We'll get banged out.
Went 3 times. 2 weeks later, all the pain was gone.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Once in a while, it'll kind of flare up if I move it like a weird position or lift it wrong or whatever. Other than that, I was like, but he did that. When he did that, dude, all this dark, nasty shit was coming out.
So cool.
That's supposed to be what's stopping you from healing. That's like
Yeah.
because it's so thick, it's covering your muscle and
It's
not letting you
coagulated in your
it's not
body.
letting you get blood.
Good
so once
blood.
you move it out of there, then he picks it, right? So in theory, you're re-injuring it.
Yes.
So the body's like starts sending more blood to it,
Yes.
right, to fix it. So if you think about it, you do that over time and over time, it's all nice and clean.
new,
You got the
yeah.
It heals itself like it's supposed to, you know.
Freaking badass.
So-
Come on, Adam. Let's go get banged out. Me and
Yeah,
you.
I got a
dude.
little shoulder guy that's been fucking with
Dr.
me.
Brang. He's the guy.
Adam's like, I keep stepping on my dick.
He's probably going to freaking start doing peptides over. You never know.
Well, if you can't get
Those
hard
are-
or you can't get pregnant, they'll do acupuncture for shit like that.
Well, so that's
Or if you
the
can't get hard.
Yeah, if you
So
have
if you can't get pregnant,
Yeah, he was telling us. I
On
told
you
him
or
about-
her?
I told him about Megan.
and you
He
were-
had one of my
Is he gonna
clients.
put it in your balls or what?
Yeah, both through both. You like shish kebab.
I don't need a kid.
I'm like, somebody based me.
So one of my friends, my clients,
Somebody
one of my
based-
clients' friends, they couldn't get pregnant. She went to him over a course of 6-8 months or something. Dialed her in, she got pregnant.
Really?
Yeah. So it's crazy. I was telling him, I was like, yeah, I was trying to, I'm on testosterone. Or whatever. He's like, oh, you don't need that. I got something for you, dude. He freaking put a needle right above my freaking cock, and it was like, yikes! It freaking hurt. He's like, this will help, and I was like, don't ever do that. Don't ever do that.
Yeah, don't do that.
Yeah.
Don't
It
do
was
that.
pretty gnarly.
You're like,
you
I'll just stick to the
imagine?
test.
Yeah, I was like, now I'm gonna take the needle in my butt cheek instead. No, take this needle out of me.
Could you imagine him telling you I got something for you? You just watch it like the whole. What the fuck?
Oh, you're kidding me, man.
I'm like, how does this work?
Yeah.
Do it again.
Acupuncture with the blood draw, dude. It's a big deal.
All right, I'm gonna have to
Yeah,
try this
yeah.
out, listeners. Dr. Bang, Apple Valley. Let's go
We're
try
getting
it. Let's
banged
go
out. We
together.
gotta get,
Yeah.
Me and
Yeah,
Turtle
you're-
are getting banged.
Your shoulder. Be nice to get that cleaned up. You know.
Yeah, I've
Yeah.
been thinking about it
Might
now.
as well.
Dr. Bang. I'm gonna call and make an appointment.
Yeah.
And the BBC 157, man, hit that thing
Oh.
right to the injury.
So what happened was I was all deballed out, feeling like a champion, and fucking I was just
As you were.
destroying.
As you were.
Yeah, I was destroying upper chest all the time. And then
Don't
after
gas
that,
him, dog.
No, can we be real here?
And what happened?
For you said he looked like
Where we
Van
put him?
Damme, but I'm guessing.
Put him some buck 20s or what?
no, I was just
Dumbbells?
pushing like heavy, like 2 plates, or I would do 205 on the fucking incline press, like
Oh,
repping
shit.
it. Like for me, that's
When
pretty
was
decent.
this?
When I was deballed out.
When he was
A while
Popeyed
back.
out.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and dude, after I got off, I'm like, what the fuck is going on
Yeah,
with this
the pain
thing?
comes
Like,
back in, huh?
It was
Yeah.
you shredded it or something.
dude, this
right?
I have a just right in the
Rotator.
front every time. Even sometimes when I do tricep, I'm like, what's going on?
Yeah.
Here? Like something's going on. So I just been doing
Really?
cables. That's it. I only do cable work.
That
Just
sucks.
real light
Well,
dumbbell.
that's the problem with injuries. Sometimes it never goes back to
Yeah.
normal.
But I hurt my shoulder in high school in baseball. I even got a shot back in the day. So I'm like, maybe this thing's coming back around. We'll see.
I'm sure they would have saw it while they were in there.
No, that was this side.
Oh,
so my
fuck.
fixed shoulder is better than my regular.
Oh.
Yeah. It is what it is.
Let's
though.
go get banged out.
Yeah, I'm ready, dude.
We're gonna get banged out, me and you. And Hori's gonna film it.
Dr.
go, Jorge.
Brian Bang, man.
Yeah.
I'm
We're
telling
gonna
you.
see if.
Hori's gonna have the glasses.
Well, no,
on.
he doesn't like us to film, so
No,
we're gonna
we're
have to do
gonna have
yeah,
glasses,
incognito,
like,
Yeah, we're
incognito.
gonna do incognito.
Incognito.
That shit is incognito. You see the big ass hole right there, like when you're
Yeah.
filming.
Yeah, yeah.
And then you have to like be smart on how to turn the light off, like 'cause
Oh,
it
really?
pops on when you
There's
start
one
recording.
little light though that comes on, like you can't
Yeah.
hide at all.
Oh,
unless you
really?
like tape it or something.
yeah.
Is the Ray-Bans?
They're pretty good too though.
Is it? Oh,
Or
is
the
it
metas. The
Are they
metas.
They-
Aren't they metas?
Meta? Yeah.
Oh, they are Meta glasses, yeah.
Well, they're Ray Bans. They look
But-
like that. They're like a bigger
They
Ray
look
Ban.
like Ray-Bans,
They're
right?
They are Ray Bans.
Oh, they're sponsored because
Nobody
Ray-Ban
knows.
also did the Snapchat ones back in the day.
And it has
I didn't-
speakers in the thing.
Oh, really?
Dude, they're
No
dope.
way.
Al has them. Zorn Legacy.
Oh, yeah,
Shout
yeah.
out Zorn.
He would have it.
Interesting.
You know Al, right?
Yeah.
Big Al?
Black dude.
Little-
No, little.
Oh,
Little-
the dude.
Shredded.
Yeah.
He works at friggin' O'Reilly's?
Yeah,
He used to.
yeah.
he used to.
That is
Yeah.
super cool.
He's a cool dude.
What's his name?
Al.
Al.
Like Albert, you think? Or?
It's Al.
Dude, what's crazy? He has a dance studio in Victorville.
He does?
Yeah, dude, and they
His
win
family,
first place every
yeah.
fucking year, dude. They're like,
Oh, is it like the
top notch.
The one right there on the side of the road or whatever?
I don't
On
know.
the side of the road. Most places are on the side of the road.
Well, I mean, on the side of the Valley Road right there.
I don't know.
I don't know exactly where it's at. But yeah, dude, he's white. He has that Jurassic Park van that you'll see around.
The Jeep.
The Jeep. I mean,
yeah.
That's a little diesel.
Is it?
Yeah.
He
He
said
has
he
a
painted
diesel
that
version.
himself.
He does. He had.
That's
Remember, he had
badass.
the other one, the Montero, the Mitsubishi.
Yeah, he has.
Oh, really?
He always does them.
So
pretty
does he
cool.
own that gym or what does he do?
I think it's a family gym.
Oh.
The dance studios is
The dance
families or
studio.
Oh, the
something.
dance studio. Yeah, yeah.
His
No, I
like
think-
mom, his dad, his sister, like they're all. He was like, he has like wears these sweaters sometimes, and it says something instructor, like top instructor. Like he could dance. Like he'll be in the gym dancing.
Yeah, he looks athletic as hell for sure.
I thought he just owned it. Well,
I don't. I think it's a family thing, personally.
interesting.
That's interesting.
So, tell us about our economy, Mike.
Shoot,
Are we
man.
fucked? Am I gonna? I just saw this thing that said in 1970, average home buyer was 29 years old, and today in 2020 or 2024, it was 39.
Yeah.
It's 10 years older average home buyer.
Yeah.
first time home buyer. I'm sorry.
First time
I should
home
say.
buyers, yeah, like early 30s right now. But so what they talk about is we got all these, you got these different generations. Well, the generation that's in the first time buyer age to buy homes right now is like the 25 to 30-year-old, that group right there. The amount of population is massive. It's way bigger than any population we've had in recent history.
So that age group right now
Is all
population
moving into the first time buyer age group.
market group.
Yeah, so it's massive, right?
So you guys should be selling. Homes should be moving.
Yeah, so
But we need construction.
well,
right? Don't we need more homes being built?
yeah, well, definitely. I mean, that's we haven't
I
built
wanna
as
ask
many
you about
homes
something.
compared to the ones we had.
What's how big is
What's-
this
what-
Silverwood project? Hold on.
Yeah, 15,700 homes.
Is it really going down?
Yeah, so they just had last weekend. They had a grand opening for invitation only. They had 800 people supposedly, and supposedly the 28 homes that they had available to sell are gone. The first weekend.
So they built 28 back there somewhere.
So they have their models up right now, but I think they were once you see the models, you could go pick your lots. I think is how it's working right now, and the ones that they were gonna sell, or the ones that they were putting up for sale to go pick your lot, your home type of a deal. The
28
deposits are
28 of them?
gone. Yeah, supposedly.
Out of 15,000.
That's what I heard. So that's the first. This is the very first.
Phase?
Very first phase. Very first. The models are just getting finished, so it's a big deal. I mean,
Who's the builder?
so they got 5 different public builders: Woodside, American. So I can't remember all the names. Hovanian, I think, is one of them too. So there's 5 public builders that are doing their own tracks within the community, right? So it's it's a big deal. But I mean, that's the other thing is like we talk about the development that's coming up here is massive, right? We have major development. It's almost like it's like almost like Ontario, California, 30 years ago.
Yeah.
So we have, you just saw I did that one video over there in Asperia. They have the 2.5 million square foot Amazon warehouse.
Yeah.
So that's the biggest warehouse in the whole Amazon network, right?
Oh, shit.
And it's right here in Asperia. So
That's the
it's
second one up here, right?
the fourth one up
Fourth
here,
one?
yeah. So they occupy 1.3 million square foot. Amazon does out in SCLA, our airport out there in Victorville. They occupy 1.3 million square footer out there. They have the Amazon Last Mile on Bear Valley Road, the old Walmart on Bear Valley Road. Then they occupy another one. It's a 1.1 million square footer at the new center there on Highway 395 and the 15 freeway. Those
Yeah.
3 buildings. It's a 1.1 million square footer that they occupy right there under Marisk is the
MAERSK.
yeah, that's the logistics company. So they operate that 1.1 million square footer out of there, and now they got the 2.5 million square footer. So, like I said, I think that's when you start seeing the stuff come same day.
I remember I saw you
12
post that
hours.
like it's gonna be same day orders, like when you order
Yeah.
shit
Have
from
you ever
Amazon.
been to the U line? One in Ontario?
Yeah, I have.
My God.
Almost got a job there.
You can't even walk it, dude. It takes like 30 minutes. Like,
That's
you
massive.
have to be on
They're
something.
massive.
Like,
It's like the
what?
Haile Meyer building, like so far.
That's insane.
Yeah, and it's
dude.
going to be like 5 times that.
Isn't that what the gigafactories are like too?
Yeah.
I guess the Tesla ones.
Yeah,
Giga?
like
Yeah, that's
a
what
million
they,
square
that's where they build the
footers or
Teslas.
something.
Yeah, dude, like just massive, bro. Just city miles.
I
It's
saw this
crazy.
freaking floor plan for this new center they got out there, 2.5 million square foot. But they got a classroom in there, man. It's huge, right? I don't know how many hundreds of chairs are in that damn. And then the break room is freaking huge. You know, it's probably a couple acres just the damn break room. It's huge.
This is for Amazon.
Amazon's building, yeah. So so we got all these. There's so much development happening all over the different cities. Supposedly in Apple Valley, they say there's like 20 million square feet in some stage of planning of industrial development in North Apple Valley in their industrial park. Hesperia, they're same thing in the millions of square feet.
There's a lot of space out there still. Yeah.
Tons of space. I mean, everywhere up here, there's tons of space. You know, SCLA, they got all those buildings that they have out there. So you got so you got all this millions of square feet, and supposedly they say about every million square feet of industrial space is anywhere from 500 to 700 jobs. Right. So we got millions of square feet coming online, and then we have. The big tracks out there, right? We got all these different tracks that are happening right now for development. But the big thing is that high speed train, right? We got the high speed train, not the one that they're talking about, not the one that Trump's talking about. You know, looking into. That one. Nobody wants to go from L.A. to San Francisco, ever, right?
At
You go
all.
from one shit city to the next is crazy. But to go from L.A. eventually through Rancho Cucamonga to Las Vegas, that high speed train. That we're talking about, they're talking about 10,000 jobs here for us locally, right? So, and that thing's, supposedly we're supposed to be breaking ground. Hopefully,
They're supposed to put like a whole retail center in and everything, right? At the station.
Think about this: you could go to work in Vegas now.
Yeah.
You could work in
Get on
all
the- get on the
LA. You
fucking
could
train.
do like
Yeah.
there's crazy shit.
That'd be
That's what
wild.
opens the
Yeah.
door.
I heard they want to transfer 2,000 people a day, or was it 20,000? Something
it's something bad. It might be closer to 2,000, I would imagine. But I don't know. I mean, they talk. The presentation that they put on said it would leave. There would be one train going every 45 minutes. So I don't know if in the middle they'll have a double track to get one off out of the way as the next one swings by. So
They
they're
have
going back
to,
and
I'm
forth.
sure,
That's probably the way.
They
it's
said the
gonna work.
biggest challenge is getting up the Cajon.
Cajon, for
right
sure,
now,
you gotta
right?
drill.
Well, yeah, but remember, we're going to have a station in Hesperia. Supposedly, there'll be a station in Apple Valley. And then, yes, it will go down to Rancho to meet up with the metro. But I believe that thing's probably going to travel on the existing track right now through the pass. I don't know if they're going to put a whole new track in or whatnot.
Right,
But if that's the case, I mean, that's going to be, 40, 50, 60 mile an hour ride. It's not going to be the 190 mile an hour ride to Vegas from
Right.
Apple Valley.
Yeah, the pass will definitely.
So it won't be high.
No, that's not going to be high speed to Rancho.
They
There's
said
no
it'll be
way.
190,
I think it's 180 miles an hour.
180,
Yeah.
right?
180
They said
miles
it-
says you get there in an hour.
They said in order to be considered fast is just 120 and higher, right? Or something like that.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, all electric. Supposedly.
Isn't this going to be the fastest one in the nation?
Well, they have the same company. If you've ever been to Florida, they have one that runs
They
between.
did the impossible one, right?
something like
That
that.
said it couldn't be done, but this
Yeah.
company came in and did it, and that's why they got them to do
It's the
ours.
same one. That's Brightline.
So
Right,
they
right,
have
yeah,
one
yeah.
that's operating already.
yeah, in Florida.
Okay, so
And supposedly it's supposed to be a first class scenario. So you jump on that thing, you check your luggage in, then your luggage, and you will transfer on to another transportation, and you won't see your luggage till you get into the hotel. That's the idea that they have for this whole process.
Damn,
but like I said, for
hotel
us, we could
service,
jump. We
yeah.
could be there an hour and a half. you
Come
know.
back.
I will.
Like I
take
said, you can Uber
every
from your
time.
house.
Yes.
Have some cocktails, get there, get on the train. The
Yeah.
train's going to have cocktails, supposedly, and be able to get. So, like I said, you could leave
They'll probably have a weed section.
probably weed shit for you guys out there. Sponsored
Sponsored.
by Royal Talk.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You
we
know what I mean?
need to slide in there, Mike. Let us know.
Yeah, for sure. The last train car
Yeah, but
in the
we call
back.
it
Royal Talk
podcasting.
Wraps.
It's super
The Royal Talk Rail.
Royal Talk.
Welcome to the Royal Talk Rail.
Dude, you're on it.
Jake will be there hosting
on
for
the
sure.
train.
Yeah.
Speed rail.
Yeah, me and Jorge.
Yeah, dude. That's but like I said. So you got 10,000 jobs there, right? And then you come into this whole Barstow project. This is a freaking
What's going on
major
over there?
deal, dude.
What's going on there?
Big rail
So-
yard coming up.
So what's funny about this
Big
deal?
one? BNSF?
Which one is it? It's
Yeah, BNSF
yeah, it's
Railway.
BNSF,
So
yeah.
they're not there, or they're expanding.
They're gonna expand it. Right now, they're
huge
they're
train
gonna
yard
build.
goes through
It's
Barstow.
What's it originally? I don't know. A buddy of mine's gonna go start working there. Yeah.
Yeah, so it's crazy. This lady comes to me in 2013. Her name is Carol. She was out of Barstow, a commercial broker. And she was all smoked out, all raspy, man. She passed away, I think, in 2017, 2018. So, yeah, God rest her soul. But she comes to me and says, "Hey, I'm gonna bring the BNSF railway heads from Texas here. We're gonna bring the Port of Long Beach to Barstow." And I was like, "You lost your mind, man." I was like, "But how can I help?"
Yeah.
So she, so I started getting all these maps together with all the ownerships of all these people that lived in the area they wanted to acquire. So we start putting these maps together. They start doing mailers. They start acquiring for it, and BNSF Railway starts buying this stuff. I think 2013, 2014, they start acquiring dirt out there. So she passes away. And after that, I mean, shoot, man, the announcement comes out, a couple of years later that, we're starting to see stuff in the paper. There's starting to be things. I think they did like a rail study of like $800 million, BNSF Railway did, to do the study of putting together these 2 to 3 mile long trains, time frames, environmental work, all this stuff, right? Well, then they finally announced this thing that it's freaking happened. It's a $1.2 billion project. I forget what they acquired. It was something like 2,000 acres, 2 or 3,000 acres, $1.2 billion, and bringing like 20,000 jobs to the Victor Valley.
Yeah.
This thing's massive, and it's like indirectly, it's supposed to be like upwards of like 30,000 jobs.
Wow.
So
It's gonna be a massive train yard.
yeah, it's a big
Crane.
train. So what they're doing, is they're going to offload the ships. Right now, they offload them onto rail and a truck, right? So the truck's still having to move through Southern California. The idea is to offload those ships to 2 to 3 mile long trains, bring them here to Barstow, and then get them out of state off of the 395, the 40, the 15.
Well, everything's
That's
like an hour or 2, 3 away to get out of state lines.
Exactly.
Now, so, I
Right.
mean, so it's
Exactly.
quickly.
Have you heard about a casino opening up in Barstow?
Yeah, that one's in the works too. Just like all these projects, it's 30, 40 years before it happens. So,
So there's-
we still got another 20.
What
I think,
about
on
the
that one.
project out here? Have you heard about that?
Yeah, the Rancho Lucerne, dude.
Is it really
We're going to be
going?
golfing in Lucerne Valley one day. So here's the thing.
Yeah, there's really.
Yeah, you look at the bridge.
There's a lot of development there already. Like,
Yeah.
there's sewer. There's things already there. A lot of people. There's like a golf course there supposed to be before, but it didn't get finished.
So check this out. Just like the Yucca Bridge was 30 years in the making.
That took
This
forever.
project over here, I think, is like 40 years. The Rancho or the Silverwood project,
40 years.
something like 40 years. It's been in the works in some stage, right? It's taken different downturns and upswings and stuff like that. Where Rancho Lucerne, I think it's 30 years in the making or whatever. So the last time they went for this thing, actually, it was a time before that. I think it was in the 90s,
Didn't the guy take
late
all the
90s
money?
or 2000s. They put $25 million of improvements into this dirt out there, right? Curbs, gutters, underground utilities.
there's all kind of stuff there.
Grading, all this stuff that they did.
There's concrete for the golf course. Like there's a trail you can
Yeah,
go.
golf course paths and stuff like that. So they did all this money, and so what's scary and exciting about this thing is every time they try to resurrect this project, the market always takes a dive. It always go into a deep recession or something. So they're back in plan review in the county of San Bernardino trying to resurrect this thing
It's
again.
like 4,000 homes.
Yeah,
retail
master
center.
plan, freaking gated, or not, I don't know if it's gated, but a golf course community. And it's freaking awesome, man. It's going to be really, really cool. And that's the thing. That's what I'm saying. I bring up these other projects because it's going to happen sooner or later. It might be time. It might be the time for
So
this
the
thing
jobs
to happen.
will be needed, so the people will come.
And
The
here's the
housing
thing
has to
is
be
that
there.
everybody is always moved out further and further, right? Because they try to get away from the people.
Yeah.
Dude, the next spot is Lucerne Valley. We're not, not everybody's going to move to Barstow.
I'm retiring, people.
Dude, this is going to be the place, man. Trip it out. I mean, 10 years from now, golf course community. Like I said, Silverwood project is outskirts too.
Well, because and then with population, you have to build the schools and center. Like more comes in development.
This could be the next frontier for sure. No doubt, it's going to be probably Silver Lakes, Barstow area because people are going to want to be closer to that. But the people that don't have to drive into Barstow or they want to come the back way,
Silver Lakes is going to thrive. It's already
Silver Lakes is going to go crazy.
Yeah,
There's
it's a cool
no
little
doubt.
community too.
So people ask me, they're like, "Hey, what do you think I should invest? In this market or whatever." I'm just like, and I tell them like, look at, so these hurdles that BNSF finally came over with the Trump administration coming in with CARB and the federal agency. So you got CARB and the other one is EPA. right? You got the EPA is the federal, CARB is the California state. So they set all these different hurdles up in front of them to say, look, at by 2030, you have to do X. So you couldn't, I think they couldn't operate any locomotives. Oh, no, they had to, by 2026, they had to put $800 million into a fund to develop a zero carbon technology. Then by 2030, they couldn't operate any locomotives over 20 years old. And after 2035, they couldn't operate any locomotives at all other than electric locomotives. So they said, shoot, we can't comply by that. So that was CARB's mandate. CARB then had to send it to EPA, the federal mandate, and let them weigh in on it to see if they were going to let them enforce it or not. So after reading some stuff after Trump got elected, CARB, the California Air Resources Board, said they were upset at EPA, the federal agency, for dragging their feet because the EPA knew, like, hey, Trump's not going to go for this shit. Let's just drag our feet. We don't have to be the bad guy. Trump's going to freaking, he's going to demolish this thing anyway. So CARB withdrew it after Trump got in. They're like, never mind, you guys don't have to comply by this thing. That was the biggest hurdle they were waiting for to overcome out there.
Trump.
Now it's full steam ahead out there in
Because
Barstow.
there's no way they can make electric, like...
They said, we don't have the technology right now. There's no way we can comply by 2030 or 2035. There's no way we can do it. We cannot develop the technology yet. We don't have the power for it. How the hell are we going to charge this thing? How much is it going to take? How long does it take?
Hey, he's killing it right now, dude. Trump is
putting in work.
He's
putting
doing
in work.
it. He's doing it.
They said what the CIA is going to go away or something?
A lot of things are going to
He'd
go
probably get
away,
rid
I
of some of
believe.
that stuff for sure.
Hey, what's that? U.S. aid? That's got
US aid's a big deal.
What is it?
U.S. aid.
It's all halted, right?
It's a CIA front. Everyone knows it
Yeah.
is. It was a CIA front. It was created by JFK.
They gave $30 million to BLM.
Yeah.
They gave
If you bring up so I was just saying earlier, I was telling Joe, hey Mike, I'm on X and I'm like obsessed with them releasing, Elon's releasing everything that Doge is finding. And that's why they're freaking out. All the senators, Elizabeth Warren, Chuck Schumer.
Anything
they're
good
saying
coming out?
Huh? Oh, dude.
They're
the
saving-
National
they're
Treasury
saving-
spent $600 million a year on sushi.
Yeah.
Sushi,
30 million?
and 90% of their employees work from home.
Yeah.
They only make a couple $100,000 at the most, right? A year?
I don't know.
I don't know.
Dude,
Like
30
Like
million.
a federal government, the
30
highest, they're not
million
that paid.
a year,
Few
30
hundred
million a
million.
year, Adam, to promote tourism in Egypt.
So all this is
Yeah.
coming out of the spending.
Yes, that's
Yes.
well, everyone's tax dollars are going.
So Elon basically sends Doge after all these federal companies, right? And they give them warnings. We're coming in. We're going to audit. And some of them are like, you can't come here. They're like all fucking being defensive. Like, why? What are you trying to hide? So then they get the federal
They
judge.
go
and
right there
Then they
quick.
go in there and get it. And dude, every single fucking place he's gone in, dude, bro, they've saved millions and millions of dollars just
Already?
stupid spending. They said because they're worried that they're going to shut down USAID, and I don't think he did. He just removed a bunch of shit that shouldn't have been on there.
Well,
and
it
then they're
went
going to
from-
also remove.
It only went to 200 employees.
Yeah, that's what they have.
And-
12,000 employees, and they're
Only
gonna,
200 now.
They're going to do 200 only, just like Elon did with Twitter.
Yeah.
He got rid of 80% of staff. He's doing it to all the fucking
And
governments, too,
it
dude.
funds
shit.
It's cleaning house.
A lot of
bro.
stuff. Lot of stuff overseas. Money over there. It's just wild. It's
Like
a
we're
waste of
giving
money.
away all our shit.
We're giving away our
That's why
fucking money.
That's
dude.
why That's why they're printing the dollar and making it
Right.
go away.
So they
It's
just
terrible.
tax us, and basically to send to their friends. And
Yes,
like,
and like I was telling Joe last night, $84 million made to the Clinton Foundation.
Recently,
No, when it was around before they took it down.
Yeah.
The Clinton Foundation, and it says the recipient was Chelsea Clinton, but that's not being reported. So there's a lot of stuff coming out, dude. There's a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
Like, how do these guys go work in civil? Well, not civil, but like, what would be a word of a politician to serve, right?
servant, public servant.
Public servant.
servant, yeah.
And their job is $275,000, and they're worth $81 million.
Yeah.
yeah, but
Like,
they're
come on.
spending $600 million on sushi. That don't make sense.
Dude,
Yeah.
like you got these people. I don't know.
Saving
Like
trillions
I was
of
watching
dollars.
RFK get drilled by these people, and I could not believe it when he called Bernie Sanders out. It's like, you get
Yeah,
paid
yeah.
$1.4 million from Big Pharma. No, I don't. No, I don't. No, I don't. It's like, bro, you do.
Yeah.
It's actually public record.
Yeah.
But it's just crazy. It's crazy.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
heads are rolling, man. Heads are fucking rolling. And
Yeah, it's
You
good
see all
stuff,
the
man. It's exciting.
the deportation stuff.
Oh, yeah.
It's crazy.
It's crazy. I don't understand. Cat Williams. The Cat Williams clip is.
Oh my god!
Did you see that? The Cat Williams clip?
Wanna play it? Jorge?
Can you put that up real quick?
Oh yeah,
let's watch
that. I didn't see the
Dude,
whole
you
thing.
just need to watch the first 30
It's-
seconds.
it's-
but it's fucking wild. It's the best. It's gonna be the 2025 clip of the year, bro.
For sure. For sure.
Have you seen it?
Yeah, but I saw part of it on Instagram. I didn't see.
Yeah.
What was happening though?
He was in Arizona. He was in Phoenix at one of his shows, killing it. And he said, he goes, this ain't, someone heckler in the crowd, this is Mexico. This is Mexico. And then Cat just started fucking going off.
Really?
Like drilled him or
Like,
fucked with him?
drilled.
And the crowd is going fucking nuts.
Yeah.
So Cat's just getting fed, dude. So
Yeah.
he just fucking keeps hammering it.
There you go, look.
Mexico. It used to be Mexico, motherfucker, and now it's Phoenix.
Wind it, wind it, so you can understand it.
That's how it starts. He's just fucking in his face, dude. He's like flipping him off.
No way.
Hello.
That's badass.
Watch this. This ain't nothing.
Fucking, I love the crowd.
What do those people all do sitting down? What is that?
It's part of the show.
You're right. The crowd is going crazy.
If there ain't nothing, watch.
Motherfuckers think they can live in this country and then still be allegiance to another fucking country. If you love another country more than you love America, motherfucker, then get to stepping in that bitch.
Yeah, dude.
Yes. Watch it. Look. Fuck, look at the crowd, bro. Hulk Hogan just walked out.
Fucking wild.
It's crazy.
Mic drop, yo.
That's
Oh, that's security standing there now?
oh for sure.
Let's see him.
That's funny.
For my Mexican American homies,
Fucking wild, dude.
This ain't what.
He's pissed.
Adam,
Yeah.
watch. Look. Look at the crowd singing.
Yeah, everybody going.
That's right. This ain't lit. Look what he does. Look. He grabs the fucking eagle.
Is that right in
Grabs
front of
the
him?
fucking eagle.
Oh,
Look.
that's awesome. I can't believe that guy did that, man, at a comedy show. I was like,
Yeah, you're gonna have some fucking balls.
oh,
bro.
dude, I know.
That's fucking crazy.
That's
Humbled.
crazy.
Humbled.
Yeah, he did. Yeah, he got humbled.
What do you think about all the riots fucking that's been going on?
Wild,
Stupid.
man. Like I said, man, you got these kids walking out of school. It's just like, what are you guys
On the
doing?
freeways.
It's wild.
Yeah, they
Everyone
just,
said
like,
it's just for TikTok.
But it's like the thing is, I would like to know,
Commercials.
like, you know, with all this deportations going on, it's like, I mean, he was specific. We're trying to get the criminals out of here. We're trying to get, you know, we're not getting every one of them out of here that's, you know, working, paying tax, not paying tax, but working and you know, being a contributing part, some sort of a contributing part of society. We're trying to get the pieces of shit out of here
Agreed.
that are from Honduras, that
Yes.
are from,
South
you know,
America.
South America.
That's where
the drug people,
Yes,
the-
that's
the
where
criminals.
the liberal press
Yeah.
twisted the words. Mexicans.
Yeah,
No,
we're not trying to get Mexican. I'm
no,
Mexican, by the
no.
way. I'm 100% Hispanic.
And the fact that it's you got,
Yeah.
you look amazing.
Yeah, I'm the
Yeah.
whitest one in the whole
You're the
family.
best American
See,
looking
hey,
Mexican
hey.
I've ever seen.
What is it? I forgot the fucking saying. Never mind. But anyways, if
It
you,
already
it's,
left
like,
him.
it's like you
It
got
left
all
him.
these. You got all these. Haitian. Everyone's coming in through the border, dude. Everyone. Arabic. I mean, everyone. And it's like shit's got to get taken care of. We're the only fucking country in the whole fucking world that lets it happen.
Yeah.
It's like sorry,
Well, it's
dude.
like she said the other day, the Speaker of the House, whatever, or not Speaker of the House, but the press secretary.
Secretary.
Oh god, she's amazing.
Badass.
If you came to the country illegal, you broke the law.
There it is.
It's just simple.
That makes you a criminal.
Yeah, there's no
Yeah.
in between.
Yeah.
Just make it. It's like a yes or no now.
Yeah.
We also allow the most like applicants like entries
I think all that
in
stopped,
no matter what, right?
It's chilling out.
Yeah. Well, he said I think there's a freeze around.
Yeah,
He
there's
just wants
a
to
freeze
get
on
things.
everything.
He just wants to get.
Have you
things
guys ever been to a naturalization ceremony?
Uh-uh.
So my buddy Mohammed, he got his citizenship. I want to say, man, it must have been 10 years ago. Anyways, at LA Convention Center, and there must have been, I don't even know, a couple thousand people getting their citizenship. Dude, there was 100,000 of us inside the friggin' auditorium.
Damn.
Jillion people there, or whatever. But anyways, to watch that ceremony was really cool to see. But like I said, I mean, there's a process, there's a step. Obviously, there needs to be maybe a faster path to citizenship. But like I said, just let the borders open.
Not the door wide open.
Yeah, that's crazy.
It's what, dude. The tariffs we put on Mexico and Canada, and they got ballsy, and then that ran away like the next
Bro,
day.
how long has he been president?
No, but he halted the tariffs from
About
Mexico.
2 weeks.
Dude, he's just fucking...
He halted the tariffs from Mexico.
Well, they came to a deal.
4 weeks. I think about 4 weeks.
They came
For
to a
30
deal.
days.
They came to a deal because she pretty much agreed. She agreed to everything he said. He's like, I want military at the border on your side. I want a task force to be set up with our people, designate the cartels as terrorist groups. And she pretty much came out and agreed. That's all.
Did
it
you see
was.
Canada's like, we're going to put tariffs on you. And
Yeah,
everyone just
we don't need
laughed.
maple syrup, bitch. We're
Yeah,
good.
that's what they said. We don't need
And then he's like, okay,
Yeah.
never mind.
Yeah, we're gonna tax Drake.
Yeah,
That's
yeah,
the only thing
right.
good from Canada.
Well, he said they'd be so
Dan
fucked with
Aykroyd.
the oil pipeline that comes down here, dude.
Yeah.
They don't have refineries there, so like they have to send it down here. No, dude. This is why I tell everyone, they're like, oh my god, China, oh my god, this country. No, fuck no, bro. The world needs the U.S., bro. I hate to be cocky, but dude, we make the world go
Strong
around,
America,
bro.
strong world, baby. That's what I
Dude,
say.
seriously, we import
That's all
everyone's
good.
shit.
And that relates back to the whole consumer confidence, right? So you're seeing
Spending money,
you're
people
seeing
signing
it. Yeah,
contracts,
you're seeing
yes.
you're seeing the activity happen with.
Because everybody like a lot of businesses halted the last few months of the year because during election year,
Well, look at the stock market.
people
look at the
don't want to
crypto
sign.
market.
They don't want to do anything because they don't know what's going to happen.
Everything
with the
is
presidency.
built. Everything moves with confidence.
It's
So
like
the
everybody was
consumer-
waiting to fucking sign. As soon as they Trump,
Yeah.
Can you see a way for like housing to come down at all? Energy, maybe, or like anything that would help us like get cheaper building materials?
Well, the thing is, so here's the thing. If you think about it, like our median home sales price up here is $437,500 is the median home sales price. But so for us that live up here, born up here, whatever, yeah, for us it's expensive, right? It seems expensive. But you got these people down the hill, and look at the homes. I mean, home after home, thousands, tens of thousands, hundreds of thousands of homes, and their median home price is probably $600,000 minimum, right? I mean, minimum. So it's like, for us, we in 2006 was the peak of our last market, right? We were at $323,000. The market came apart at the Great Recession. We dropped down to $103,000, right? So we lost 70% of our value. So 323 to 103. Now we're up to 435. We're probably where we should be over time, right? So it's like we're really not that expensive. But to us,
relatively.
But to us,
Right.
if you go off that 323, it's still going to go up.
So that's going to be the new norm, basically, right? So
probably.
Yeah.
what's an average house payment on a $500,000 home right now?
Shoot, right now is like PITI all in. You're probably at $300 ish, somewhere in there.
So that's what fucks up the whole rental market, then, right? It's because
Right.
you're gonna find someone to rent your house for $3,500. We can't even afford the fucking to get a house.
But there
now.
is a lot of people that are paying the rent.
Yeah, that's the thing. I mean, they
Well,
got to live somewhere.
have to, right?
Well, and the other
Well-
thing is why we don't have any inventory is because, I mean, let's face it. They say it's, what is it? 60% of the U.S. population that have loans on their home are under 4% interest rate. So if that's the case, nobody wants to leave that home because the replacement is going to be way higher.
A lot of people-
Your payment's going to be higher.
That's
and
why a lot of people didn't sell.
a lot of people got equity, a lot of equity. You know what I mean? Hundreds of thousands of dollars of equity. So they don't want to tap into that, or they are tapping into that. Because when you get down to it and you look at people, if they got cars, credit cards, all this stuff, what is the combined interest rate? The combined interest rate could be 30, 40%, right? So it makes sense to refi or cash out their house, get that 7, 8, 9% interest rate, and pay off some shit to get rid of that 30, 40% interest rate that they're really paying.
Pay at 7 or 8.
That's where it makes sense, and that's what people are doing. The problem is they're not stopping spending. They're like, all right, well, now we got some extra cash. Let's
get
keep
another
going.
car,
Where's the next credit
Let's
card?
put another thing on credit.
Yeah, that's where people start getting in trouble. So you're starting to see some foreclosures, but there hasn't been any in the last since that Great Recession, 2014, 2015. They went very, very low. Now they're almost at a zero number. They're very, very extremely low. But that's how the machine could start to work and lower prices. That's how it happened last time. Obviously, there was so many foreclosures. So when a standard seller would go to sell their home, and the appraiser comes out there and says, okay, you want to sell your home, you're a standard sale, but all the other homes around you are distressed sales. short sales or foreclosure sales, and those are at a discount, right? So your home today is worth $400,000, but since the comps, the sales comparables around you are all at $300,000, we're gonna let you get away with probably $350,000. 6 months later, all foreclosures again. That next house is now worth $300,000. So it literally drugged the price down for the regular home seller because all the sales comparables, 90% of every home sale up here was a foreclosure. We're at ground zero. 90%, 9 out of every 10 homes was a bank-owned foreclosure distressed sale of some sort. So it drugged the price down fast. And like I said, a year and a half, we lost 70% of our value. It was a disaster. But once you start seeing those foreclosures and those distressed sales, then you're going to start to see some relief for the buyer on the pricing. But I don't think we're going to see anything of that yet.
What do you think about people are going to start switching to tiny homes? I'm kind of hearing more about that. I heard a big development wants to do a thing of tiny homes.
Well, look at Vegas, Las Vegas. They got a whole community, brand new tract of homes, rental only. You can't even buy the homes. It's a tract home of rental homes.
Like a tiny home or regular?
No, just regular homes. But I mean, that's the thing. So yeah, you're talking about rooftops. They want more rooftops. The state of California is insisting we make more rooftops, have more rooftops.
What is that? Like that's just another house,
ADU,
right?
yeah, just a little accessory dwelling unit.
That's going to become more popular, right? That's
They're doing them
down the hill.
Yeah, they're
a lot,
doing them.
right?
Down the hill's doing them. They're
pushing
adding
them.
stories. I mean, they're friggin' enforcing walls and
They're pushing,
corners.
like, pushing for them, huh? Like,
They want more rooftops, but they want affordable rooftops, and that's the next way to get it too. There's even a thing out there that you can. I don't know anybody that's done it yet. I researched it to see if anybody's done it yet, but you can now take an apartment complex and put a condo plan on that thing and sell each individual unit because trying to make more rooftops, trying to make more.
That's my other
houses.
question: is why aren't we getting any apartment complexes?
So it's interesting. I'm on the planning commission for the town of Apple Valley. I'm on my 5th year now. So what happens is what we see that happens is some of these towns, they'll swing from left to right. You ever read the book called The Storm Before the Calm? It's the same scenario, the storm before the calm. So they talk about the pendulum swing, and they go all the way back from, the colonial days of the pendulum swinging. Just like we just saw, we were far left, right? All this stuff, transgender, all this crazy madness. We were so far left. Now the pendulum's starting to swing back, right? Same thing with the towns. They get all this activity with multifamily. The wheels come off. You got all these freaking, drug shooting, this crime rate.
No more.
And then they go, hell no, no more, and they shut it all off. Well, Apple Valley did the same thing. They were all for it. You got Felony Flats, Misdemeanor Meadows over there. In Apple Valley, you got these major.
Whoa!
you got these areas that have all this, crime and stuff from all this multifamily. So you know what? We're not going to do any multifamily. We're not multifamily friendly. They shut it down. Now we're trying to swing the pendulum back, but we're trying to control it better. We're trying to make it look nicer. We're trying to get the quality up so we get nicer units.
what are those?
Higher payments?
What are those units on Kiowa and 18 on the north side right there?
Yeah, so those are condos.
Those are condos.
Yeah,
Those are pretty
yeah.
nice.
Yeah. Those are nice. They're
Sweet.
beautiful.
They got
And but they're
garage.
ownership, right?
You own them?
You own them. Yeah, you own them. So that's kind of
When are the fucking roads going to get paved?
And I got all,
And
I
you're
don't got all
in
the
the
answers.
flats or what?
But
Yeah,
if you,
yeah,
you guys,
our
you
neck
want
of
to
the
clean
woods.
up the neighborhood and make it look nice, I'd fucking imagine you'd start with the roads, right?
Do you live in Apple Valley? Where do you guys? What city do you
We
live
live
in?
in the flats.
We live in the flats.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
A house. Yeah, we got a house.
Oh, interesting. No shit. Hey, shout
I
out
don't
to
know
the
what's so
flat.
funny. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm over here like, what's
It's cleaned up, guys.
It's nice.
It's cleaned
It's
up.
nice. I'm not
It's
complaining.
quiet
It's
now.
nice?
Yeah, they're
It's
you
nice.
don't
You
get shots anymore.
You know when you
like-
go, you know when you
Never
go
bothered me in
up.
the first
so when you
place.
cross Rancherias, they call it Misdemeanor Meadows. Have you heard that?
Well, we
I've
live in
heard that
Misdemeanor
one.
Meadows.
okay, yeah.
I live literally right behind it. It takes me not more than 15 seconds to drive to the
Oh,
gym.
really? Yeah, you're
I don't
right.
know why I still
We're in
drive.
Misdemeanor Meadows. Hey,
Yeah,
well,
he was
Misdemeanor Meadows is on the
Dude,
other
like,
side.
Joe won't walk.
I
Yeah,
can
no,
do
we're all in
he's my neighbor in the
multifamily.
back.
Yeah.
Well, the multifamily is.
Yeah, they
call
live
it
in a
Felony Flats.
multifamily.
Yeah. So behind it is, or on the other side of Rancherias is called Misdemeanor Meadows. They call it because that's where all the shit happens, and they steal it and then come back
That's where you're at.
to Felony Flats. And
Oh,
commit
like,
the
you,
felony.
see, like when you're going up Rancheritas, the left side is
Yeah, which would be the west side. of
Right, because we
Rancherias.
always say, like, dude, if you just cross that street,
Yeah,
dude, it's
Misdemeanor
nicer.
Meadows.
You know what I mean?
The felons go and create the misdemeanors. You know, Misdemeanor Meadows, Felony Flats.
Oh, the nice
Coming over to
areas
our
are there.
area and making us look
Yeah,
bad.
Misdemeanor
definitely not.
Meadows.
Yeah,
What?
So you're in
Stand
the
up.
flats. Misdemeanor Meadows
Yeah.
is across the street.
yeah.
I'm standing up for the flats.
That's right.
You know
That's
what I mean?
Yeah, no, I
It's
think
not even the
we're gonna
flats
start our
no
own
more.
fucking city.
So what's-
Yeah,
It's not even the flats no more. It's beautiful.
yeah, it's
So what's
beautiful.
funny that you
Beautiful
talk about
flat.
is it has cleaned up tremendously.
plateaus.
Yeah, yeah.
It has cleaned up tremendously over the last few years, which is a great thing.
Is that due to like code enforcement or just policy?
Yeah,
or what
the code
kinda going
enforcement's
around
got
and
involved
hanging?
in a lot of that stuff too to clean that stuff up. Try to get the vehicles out of the front yards and all that stuff if they've been sitting
Get
there
the
too
bums
long.
out
So,
of there.
Get the-
so if you get back to
get the RVs
back
out
to
of
the
the
pavement
yard.
of the streets, is so your Apple Valley. Well, do you guys technically own? Or are you renting, or what? How's that work?
I rent my brother's house. He owns it.
Okay, so somebody had to vote on Measure P for police, right? So that was a measure that they added 1% sales tax
Yeah.
on. It was to supposedly hire police, and if that was the case, that would be a great thing. But they cannot designate that money; it has to go to the general fund. So that's the big scam and scheme
think I said
behind
no.
measures, right? Oh, this is for police. We're just going to hire police with it. Well, it's going to equivalent to like $9 million annually revenue generated to the general fund. Hopefully, it gets to some police. Hopefully, we get some more police on the streets.
So
But
it passed.
well, yeah, it passed. It definitely passed. But it was penny for police, right? 1% tax for police. That's how they sold it. Like I said, hopefully that's the case. But again, we got these different streets. But we just saw them resurface Apple Valley Road, right? I thought that road was fine, but I guess to whoever they hired to do the studies, and then they repaved up to Yuckaloma Bridge again, which was interesting too because
they did it.
But it's like we got this different. We got these all these other roads that are deteriorating, but yet we're repaving stuff that look fine. Maybe it could have won another year. I don't know. I don't know how it works, but obviously they got some guys that make a ton of money.
So what do you do
in
as
studies.
planning commissioner?
So when you come in and say, let's say, for instance, you get denied or it doesn't fit the building code, then you would come to us to the review committee, and we're an actual recommending body to the council. So somebody comes in and says, hey, I want to put my pool in this setback. It's a 10-foot setback or a 15-foot
So you could try.
setback.
I got you.
And they want to put it in 2 feet in the setback, they would have to come to us, and we would weigh in on it, ask questions and stuff like that. Or if it doesn't fit the zoning, are we willing to go for a zone change? So is it commercial? Does somebody want to put a house on there to make residential, kind of stuff like that?
You're hired by the city? Not
No,
elected,
so we're
right?
appointed. We're appointed. So I'm appointed by the one of the council members.
Okay.
So my council member appoints me, and then as long as she's there, she could keep me or get
Do you
rid
get
of me.
paid?
No. We get paid $80 a meeting. I think it's $80 a
Damn.
meeting. And it could be 1 hour. It could be 5
Those
hours.
meetings were pretty fun. Jake, huh?
Yeah, Jake
Good
had that
time?
one. Yeah, you were there.
Yeah,
That's
good
right.
time.
Both
yeah.
of us, yeah.
Yeah, we had that one come up where the gym had their mural, and it's supposed to be. You're supposed to have a logo. Well, it was painted in the Napoleon.
Or not a logo, right?
It was
Sign.
yeah. Well, the logo was painted
As a
painted
mural.
as a mural.
And they wanted it, no logos. Or
So they didn't. Yeah, they're like, hey, you can't have a mural. You can have a logo.
Del
And it-
Taco got avocados and tomatoes.
we
and
shared it as a
shit.
mural or whatever. So they came in front of. They had to come in front of us. We had to weigh in on it or whatever. But
That one guy was tough.
yeah. That's what's interesting. You got different people, There's 5 of us were voting on it and stuff. So yay or nay type of a deal.
Yeah.
The main honcho in the middle, he was old school. And the one to your
Facts.
side is those two dudes are old school.
Yeah, they've been around
Old
forever.
school
They've been
cats.
around
So you
forever.
could
They've been on
tell.
the commission for like 20 some years.
They're like, does it follow code? Nope. Done. Like, you're like, oh, I'm trying to change it. Like, you know what I mean? They don't want to hear no
Yeah,
shit.
That was an interesting meeting for sure. But
How often do you guys meet? You think?
it's supposed to be twice a month, depending if there's items
Something
on
on
the
the-
agenda. But that's what I try to tell people, man. It's like
You guys ever get into some good stuff?
yeah, we've had a couple of good things. There was a gas station they want to put across the street from residential, and people came unhinged on that one. They were like
The homeowners?
yeah, so one of the homeowners. She was like, I don't want my kid learning how to count numbers from the lotto sign across the street.
That was funny. You guys laugh? Are you guys allowed
dude,
to?
I about came unglued on that. I was freaking like, oh, that was a good one for sure. But
Karen AF.
Point made. Yeah.
Black belt Karen.
yeah, so but that's what I try to tell people because it's so boring. It doesn't sound fun at all until you get involved and actually understand what's happening. But
It was fun after we went and did it and talked to everybody. It's like a good little feel, cool, kind of cool to be a
yeah,
part
just
of.
to know what's going on in the cities is the idea.
What is the rules for running for mayor, by the way? Do you know?
Well, now what they've done, they broke it into zones, right? So they get districts. There's districting. So depending where you live, if your official's not up for re-election, then you can't run. Where usually, as long as every 2 years, no matter what position was open, you could run. But now it's district. So you have to be in your district to be able to run for your position. And 2 come up every
you
2
need to
years,
live there?
and 3 come up every 2 years. So they're rotating constantly. You have to live in that district where that person is up for re-election.
For 2 years before you can run? Or
No. Like I said, their term is 4 years.
Right.
Their term is 4
but
years.
do you have to live in that city for a certain amount of time?
You have to live. Well, no, I don't think it's a certain amount of time, but you have to live in that city in that district. And I, as a commissioner, have to live in the city as well of the council or commission or whatever.
You
So,
run for mayor or what?
you're ready.
I'm going to take a mayor out.
You run against them, and that's what's crazy that's happening right now is everybody's running unopposed, like nobody's running against these people, which is kind of crazy. And I mean, they do a
This
decent
one wasn't
job.
even fucking elected. It's called the fucking intern mayor, so he's not even supposed to be
Oh,
there.
the intern, yeah. Sometimes they'll do that stuff too. But yeah, it's interesting, man. It's an interesting gig.
Joe's gonna get political.
He's ready. Get in there.
Joe, you gonna run for mayor? Let's do it.
No, I'm not running. I'm too young.
Run your campaign.
They'll be like, this guy sells weed.
Mike's gonna run your campaign.
Yeah.
Check your levels, bro.
Let's do it.
Test
Probably
for
could use a
everybody.
good young mayor out there.
Yeah, they need some new blood in there. There's definitely that's for sure. I mean, they got these people that have been in there. They're just they've made their money.
Wearing
They're just
flip-flops.
hanging
They wear
out,
Crocs to work.
crocking it out. But yeah, it's an interesting gig. I enjoy it.
Yeah.
For sure, I definitely enjoy it. Like I said, just knowing what's going on.
Well, it's right up your alley, too. Development.
Yeah. Yeah. So I've been to
use
this
your
whole.
position for self-gain.
No, I mean, there's nothing.
Get
that I
him,
could-
Joe.
There's nothing that I can really
let's get
do.
to it.
Actually, I was there today because I got a new construction house going in the town where I haven't built one in the town in a while. I built I just finished one up in the county area, but in the town, they got rid of the council got rid of the trash bins. You can't have trash bin inside the town unless you're on a certain amount of acreage, right? So
Like
they picked
a
up. It was something
dumpster?
like dumpsters. They picked up I want to say it was like 4,000 dumpsters. Supposedly they're sitting somewhere.
Really?
Yeah, all these dumpsters because they had to take them off of everybody's properties.
Now they
right?
have cans.
People are freaking super pissed, man. They're like, "What the hell? I live on an acre, 2 acres, and I can't have a dumpster. What am I supposed to do with all my trash and weeds and brush and all that stuff?" But anyways, they got rid of all those things. So now, like if I have a new construction, I got to get a hold of code enforcement. Code enforcement has got to tell the trash company that I have an active building permit and it's okay to put a freaking dumpster on my
That's the
property.
only
Oh, my
time.
God.
Yeah, or unless you're doing some type of remodel construction. So, but you have to have a permit.
Yeah, you have to. What? Why do they do that?
Because the problem is people roll these things out at the street or leave them at the street. So like when I'm leaving out my back gate and driving through the neighborhood with curbs and gutters,
There's people-
that thing's on the street.
Stuck out. Yeah.
Yeah, it's like, dude, and sometimes they're angled. They're taking up the damn lane.
If you hit that, it's a problem.
That's
Oh,
the
for
thing.
sure.
Nobody was dragging them back to where they should be. They wouldn't roll them out and roll them back. They'd leave them out front. Well, it's like, that's fine if you're on a decent property or if it sat off the street. But if it's in the street,
It's a problem.
yeah. And the
it
code
back.
enforcement, there's only so many code enforcements, yada, yada,
So
yada.
now we got to pay another fee.
Yeah, so they just billed me whatever it is, $150 or something a month to have the dumpster and a recycled can. I gotta have that out there too. So it's kind of crazy.
Don't you
So
get frustrated with just constant, oh, here's another permit.
Always
Here's
something.
another permit. Oh, you need to do this too.
well, yeah. So like I said, so I build homes too. So before we touch the dirt, you're in that thing almost $40,000 before you touch the dirt. Just in fees, school fees, development impact fees, road fees, fire fees, all these crazy fees, man. So
And then
it's,
what happens after that? Walk us through that.
So the building process, you get the grading permit, you get your water meter put in if there's a water there. You're going to, get the lot graded, get the trench graded, plumbing goes in, concrete, and then it just starts the framing process and everything else, follows behind that thing or whatever. But, it's been good. I've been doing that. So like I said, my dad's been building for over 45 years up here. I've been in the title industry for 25 years. So me and my partner, which is my cousin too, also Bobby, he's been doing it for like over 30 years. So he and I, so the majority of the transactions in the nation happen in Southern California, real estate transactions, right? So we do the majority of the transactions than most reps in the nation. So we're the number one title and escrow team in the nation. But right here, selling freaking houses on wheels, man. It's crazy. Yeah, it's crazy that we can do it here, but just the volume, the dollar amount, it's if you work hard, you can make it happen, man. It's happening. So like I said, got that machine rolling, build houses. The wife kind of handles a lot of the home building, and then if flip comes up, we got flips that we'll do and stuff like that too. We'll rehab them and stuff. I don't post too much of that stuff, but Yeah, always finding deals of some sort. There's always a deal out there. Always buying dirt. I just closed on another lot today in Asperia, so I'll try to get another home going up over there. I got a couple other ones, 5 acres, 2.5 acres, so we'll get those going in the county as well too. So just try to keep. You got to have multiple streams of income, man. It's got to be. It's not just one thing.
What are you seeing the average per square foot price for building a new home right now?
It just depends. The ones I'm building right now has got an RV garage on it, right? So that's a whole nother cost. It's costing a ton of money. That garage alone is probably costing me an extra $50,000 to put that RV garage on it. But just depending on it, I mean, the hard cost of the home should be somewhere in the neighborhood of $150 a square foot. Just the hard cost. I'm not talking fees. I'm not talking anything else. The builder fee, any of that stuff, permitting fee, any of that stuff. So $150 a square foot, 170 depends. But the problem is that. Depending on your finishes, you want the travertine tile. You got to have all the cool lights, and you got to have all this.
So what does it get up to? Would you say
It can get crazy, man. $250 a square foot. Then you're plus all your fees and your builder costs and everything. You're $300. You're more than you would have been better off buying an existing home.
Yeah.
And now you have a home with no fence, no landscaping. You ain't got shit on that.
That shit gets expensive. Landscaping, fence.
Oh yeah, big time. Yeah, big people. I want to build my dream home. Like, yeah, go for it.
Yeah,
Man.
good luck.
Yeah, let's see the budget. Make sure you take that budget and add 0.5 to it. It's
right.
I did my little backyard area was $16,000 back like 5 years ago. Imagine what it'd be today.
Yeah, so that's where people go wrong. I think is
That was just grass and rocks and plants.
Yeah. Add another $50,000 onto the build for sure for all the stuff that you don't or the stuff you want to upgrade.
Are the county homes custom or are they spec or what do you?
They're all spec, yeah.
Spec, everything spec.
Yeah, my dad used to do a lot of stuff where he would you come in like, hey, well, I want the. We get some, like the Asians, they want the feng shui. You can't have the front door and the back door can't line up. They got to be off so the money doesn't run in and run out. So he'd move walls and stuff like that. I was like, man, hell no. Most people, they never even built a home or maybe they rented and they don't even know what they want. So I ain't going to let them freaking pick. You could tear out whatever wall you want after you buy this thing.
Yeah.
But like Jim Dillard, Desirado, we were talking about earlier, he custom, man. Here's some plans. What do you want to do? You want to move this? You want to move that? You want a kitchen wider, kitchen bigger, stuff like that. It takes a lot longer.
Yeah.
My stuff is like, here's the plan, man, and you can have it when it's done. But I'm not building custom for nobody.
Where do you get your plans from?
My dad's drawn them his whole life, so he's had them. The latest ones are going on CAD, but he's designed them. He used to draw them his whole life. Like even Jim, I think Randy Ross, some of those guys, those custom guys, a lot of those guys will still draw them themselves.
Yeah.
They're drawing them themselves. I mean, CAD and stuff like that, but they're doing them themselves, which is pretty wild. But it's been fun. Like I said, it's a good the real estate industry, man.
I wish I would have gotten into construction younger. I should have done it. Stupid marijuana.
He got into the hippie lettuce. Yeah, it's crazy.
It's all dollar signs.
Yeah, no, it's like I said, it's been a good business. It's been a good run, but people are like, oh, don't you want to move? Don't you want to leave the area and stuff? But it's like, man, we know where the bones are buried. You know where everything's at. We're connected to everybody.
Yeah.
So
It's
what's
hard to-
your?
Can I ask one question? Have you seen those dudes on TikTok and like Instagram with they're home inspectors?
Oh yeah.
What do you think about? Is there a lot of that going on? The background, this guy he's walking. He's a home inspector, and he's just like, I'm not gonna name who this builder is as he's walking down the street, and then you'll see like DHR or DR
Horton.
in the background, right? And then dude, he'll show you the house. This is a brand new home, bro, and there's shit in there. You're like, what the dude, like I can't even whatever, dude. It's just like, dude, these guys are building brand new homes and they look like shit. Like
supposedly, so they're gonna have them grand opening for that Silverwood project in March. The stuff that's built out there right now, I'm hearing, is shitty.
Quality?
Yeah, just low quality, man. That they're just trying to hammer them out, and they're trying to mass produce them.
Right.
They're mass production, but I mean that's just what you see all the time with track builders, right? Track builders are just going to slam it out, unless you're in an area where there's more custom-ish homes and they're taking their time. But if you get in a track development, they're just trying to hammer them out as fast as possible.
Yeah.
The smallest baseboard, the cheapest material they can.
PVC floor.
Yeah, that's just the way it happens.
PVC floor.
Yeah, the laminate LVT, the LVT stuff.
Oh yeah.
Like the houses that I'm doing now, man, they're just grinding, polishing the concrete.
That's
so
the
do you
best
see
shit.
the aggregate?
Yeah.
And then they seal it with buffet
that's
and
the
stuff.
flooring, huh?
That's it, man. And then the
nice?
kitchen and the living rooms are sloped into a drain. The dog shits himself, dude. Just freaking hose it off and right into the center of the living room. No, I'm just playing. That's not true. But the concrete floors is the true deal, not the drain, man.
Yeah.
But it's interesting. Like when you talk about like the Big Bear area, So right now, right here, we have about 12, let's say 12, almost 1,300 homes on the market here in the Victor Valley. Big Bear Valley has got like almost 1,000 homes. I think they're at 900
It's
homes.
big up there, dude.
But there's 20,000 homes up there. 900 homes on the market. There's 113,000 homes here, and there's 1,300 homes on the market. That market is in some deep shit. Up there, there's so many homes because of all these vacation rentals, right?
Yeah.
All these people can't rent them now. They're not. There's no market for it now. So now you got all these people trying to get rid of their homes, but there's tons and tons and
Cabins
tons
and
on the
all
market
that,
up
yeah.
there. So it'll be interesting to see. The only good thing they have going for them, obviously, is it's the only Southern California alpine skiing resort, right? Wrightwood's not a skiing resort. It's kind of a weird setup where Big Bear is that. It is the only place where, again, 5th largest economy in the world, 29 million people in Southern California. This is it, unless you're going to go 5 hours away, 5.5 hours to Mammoth. This is the only spot. So over time, there's no doubt that's only going to continue to rise because of what they got going on, right? But in the meantime, there's some deals to be had up there for sure. There's some great deals up there. You're able to negotiate some good deals because there's a ton of homes up there, man. I mean, and the thing is, these things have been on the market for a year or more, a lot of these homes. Even though on Zillow it shows it might be 38 days, 50 days on the market. If you look down to the history, that thing's came off and on the market 3 or 4 times already. It's been on the market for an hour or more. I mean, a year or more. So it's, it's an interesting thing. But like I said, watching reports, watching data, watching.
Did you see that house that, did you post it? The really nice one right on the other side of...
Yeah, Rancherias.
Yeah, what? How much was that?
$2.6 million. Probably the nicest home.
Is that going to be hard to sell, you think?
Where's it at? Which one?
It's at Rincon and Rancherias,
Which one?
right
The
there.
new White House?
Yeah,
The White
yeah,
House?
White one,
Yeah, new one.
They just barely moved in that thing,
gorgeous.
supposedly.
They're selling it?
They just put a
It's on the
video up.
market.
Dude, that thing's...
$2.68 million bucks, man.
It's a
My
big
agent's
lot.
got it on the market.
So who was the owner? Like what did the owner do? I heard so many fucking.
Nobody probably knows.
Is it
He
brand new?
knows. This guy knows.
Well, I mean,
His agent.
they're out
probably
of
went-
Reno. Is their mailing address? They're out of Reno.
Nevada Corp. They're smart.
Yeah.
No income tax.
Yeah. So I think they obviously do something pretty decent. But they, I don't know why they're moving yet. I haven't got the whole story or whatnot. But it's 2.68. Back to the what your question was. Is it gonna be hard to sell? The one next door, which is all the gas station guys. That one sold, I think, at 1.3, 1.4 back in the day. Maybe 1.5. But anyways.
Is that the one that has the tennis courts right there?
Yeah, super gaudy with all the big
that
columns
one's
and
badass.
stuff.
I like that
Super
one.
mafia house.
I like that one.
Indoor
more than the
Indoor
White
pool.
House.
That one's got an indoor pool.
Scarface.
Does it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
it's-
That one's way better than the
But
White
it's
House.
dated as hell. It probably needs freaking
Yeah.
$500,000 in updates. You know what I mean? Where this one's brand new. It's got all the cool shit, the nice beams, the white, the ranchish
There's
style.
2 nice homes that they just built right there. There's one around the corner too that's nice.
Yeah, right. So, anyways,
Like down Rancherias a little more.
I mean, here's the question, right?
That's right.
I mean,
Our neck of the woods,
2.68 million here. If you have to work here, yeah. But I mean, would you go to Orange County for a 2,000 square foot house and 2.68 closer to the beach, or if you lived up here and have to work up here and make that kind of money? Yeah, and you're seeing some of those higher end homes sell. I mean, it's happening, right? Because again, this place is growing. So is it going to take some time? Yeah, it's going to take some time to sell. There was another one, the really nice one up in Big Bear that I went and looked at just to go check it out. It was 2 homes on one lot. It was at $1.9 million bucks. It sold. We closed that thing in December. The agent closed it. We were able to do the title and escrow on that thing. But the guy ended up finding out about a month and a half, 2 months later, that he had a condition where he couldn't be in that cold climate. Just put it back on the market, man,
So
for
what-
$1.5 million. 1.6. So he's going to take a $300,000 loss on this thing.
Health wise.
But he has to get out of this
Oh,
thing. And
so-
then it went back in escrow in like 3 days.
Really?
And it just fell out today again. So it's back on the market at 1.49.
What does it take to move into one of the homes, and what's like a mortgage on that?
Those are jumbo loans. They require a big down. I want to say it's like something like 10% maybe down, I think, on those things. So I don't do loans, but having a kind of an idea. But you're going to pay a higher interest rate. Let's say the interest rate's going at 6 3/4 right now. You're probably going to pay 7.5 for that loan. It's going to be a massive payment, But again,
Jesus.
2.6. If you're looking at that thing, you probably, you could obviously afford it. You're not
Like
trying
a
to
$30,000.
it's
than
going to
that.
be pretty close to $18,000 a month, probably. Yeah.
It's crazy.
You could do that.
for that. 6, 12, 18, 24, 4, 8, 12. Yeah, it's going to be right there, probably pushing close to
No,
20.
I was just wondering like what those big expensive, like what a mortgage is, like what the, you know what I mean? I'm like, God, these people got to be successful.
For sure. Yeah, for sure. And like I said, there's not very many at that price. I mean, we've had a couple over $1 million, nothing close to that 2 million mark. It's a big number, but it just went on the market a couple days ago, so we'll hopefully get to tour that thing and see what it looks like, man. It's the place. Maybe ROIL TALK. Maybe we could do a podcast inside there.
Let's go.
Let you guys freaking smoke that thing up.
Let's go.
Yeah, right.
Tomorrow?
think I
Good.
I'm down. I'm off. Let's do it. Hello. We're here with Mike.
Yeah.
Where's
That's
team?
funny.
Yeah, for sure.
There's some cool properties up here, like the old Cooley property.
Yeah, that was a really cool Boot Hill.
Yep.
Yeah, that was a really cool
Still
place. Yeah, that one closed, I think, back in early 2013, 14, I want
Doc
to
owns
say.
it now.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's a cool dude.
Yeah, cool mining stuff. Supposedly the dude had so many different guns, they had to move them out on semi-trucks.
Did you hear the safe
Yeah.
has like a tear gas?
Mm-hmm.
If
Yeah,
you
it
like,
was-
try to get in there, like a room, like it locks down tear gas and knocks you out.
yeah, I heard some of that
It's
stuff.
crazy. That's in
Yeah.
Apple Valley.
The bunker.
Yeah.
Some crazy bunkers with lots of, but yeah, there's some unique stuff up here for sure. It's
Is there a lot of celebrities that have houses up here?
hell no.
Not anymore.
Not anymore back in the day, supposedly.
Tom
Roy
Selleck.
Rogers days.
Yeah, I heard Tom Selleck. That's what. Yeah.
He used to live right there in Rancherias, they said, one of his houses.
Again.
Oh, yeah.
Our
Rancher-
neck of the
yeah.
woods, Joe. Cheers. You know.
Yeah, right
Well,
there.
they
Tom
used to-
Selleck lived by us, bro.
Roy Rogers.
Supposedly, right? The motel right there off of
Yeah.
18. That used to be, dude. All the celebrities when they came up, they'd go and hang out there before they go to Vegas. So they stay the night there and then go to
That
Vegas.
motel on it.
Yeah,
that's
that's
there
a
was-
world famous hotel.
Yeah,
dude.
the one
Like,
right outside of whatchamacallit, the
Kyla?
the Apple Valley Inn. I think
Yeah,
is what
yeah.
they call it.
Yeah.
Yeah, the
Kyla.
pools there and all that stuff. Yeah, right below
Yeah.
the house on the
Dude, you
hill.
should look.
Oh,
up-
that little area.
Yeah.
That has like businesses now.
Yes.
Yeah, yeah,
Right,
yeah.
right.
That's where they'd all go hang out.
Yeah, dude. You look up old videos, bro. It's
Yeah.
badass. All the celebrities that hang out there, and then Roy Rogers. They used to film all the fucking westerns out here. So Tom Selleck, anyone who was in, they all came out
He has
here.
a big house right there, that famous house on the
Yeah,
golf course.
right off. Who does?
Roy
Roy
Rogers.
Rogers.
I think he had a couple up here that
Yeah.
was
did he?
kind of famous.
Well, they have the what's that? The
Horseshoe.
monument one, right
Yeah.
there off of 18.
Yeah,
You see
yeah.
the horse in the front yard and everything.
Yeah,
That's
everybody they love the old Roy Rogers. You know what's crazy is I have some guy, a friend of a friend, did the demolition. I think of the Roy Rogers Museum up here.
They demoed it?
Yeah, back in the day. Yeah, way back in the day. They moved it to, I think it's in Iowa, or Illinois, or some shit. They moved it out of here.
My grandma took me there.
Yeah, I went before.
Yeah, so they did.
Yeah,
so
I
the-
came up
so
there
one of the
visiting.
guys.
We're gonna go see Roy Rogers Museum. Fuck.
Yeah, like, damn it.
Go to the movies.
But one of the guys that demolished that thing, he had his big old. He shot a big old bull moose. He had his antlers and stuff. His big old rack paddles. And he was going to cut him up and give him to his dog just for chew toys or whatever. But he's like, hey, you want this thing? I'm like, hell yeah, I want this thing. So anyways, I got Roy Rogers moose paddles, antlers, from the museum. Yeah, freaking pretty badass.
Is that so
Huge.
what's your deal with the ranch?
Oh, the ranch. Yeah,
So
the
what
ranch.
are you doing up there? What is that?
Yeah, what
So,
really
yeah, it's like-
happens up there?
Yeah, what kind of orgies? Give us the scoop, Mike.
no, nothing
Can we get
crazy.
Jorge in?
He's over there buckled over there.
Jorge's ready to rock right now.
Yeah, he's got a little experience. He's ready to go.
Guy's laying pipe.
Yeah, so one of my friends' dad or whatnot, he had built this place up in the hills back in 2008, I believe. And I think he was planning on moving there. He wasn't able to move there. There was no real road access, legal access to get to this place. So anyways, he ended up putting a pond in there, a lake with fish in there, and a well with, a solar-powered battery backup. And he got it all kind of dialed in, and he was having some issues with the neighbors, so he couldn't build the house that he wanted to build up there. And this thing's 8 miles off a dirt road up in the hills, 2,000 foot rise in elevation. From here we're at 3,000. Up there it's about 50,
8 miles.
5,200. Yeah, I think it's 6-8 miles on dirt. So it's not the nicest road or whatever, but 40 acres, middle of the hills, Southern California, and he built this thing and had it all, kind of getting ready to get some stuff done. Anyways, he sold it in 2015 to his buddy. So he got rid of it in 2015. His buddy did a couple more things, put some stuff up there, and ended up getting, what do you call that when you start getting dizzy?
Vertigo?
Vertigo.
Yeah.
He started getting vertigo. So he's like, man, I want to get rid of this thing. So the previous owner ended up calling one of my friends that's a realtor and said, hey, I want to sell this. My buddy wants to sell this ranch or whatever. It used to be called Psycho Ranch. Used to be called Psycho Ranch because they had a Hummer club. They used to all have H1 Hummers, and they called it the Psycho Hummer Club. So they're like, hey, can we call it Psycho Ranch? He's like, yeah, call it whatever you want. So he called it Psycho Ranch. So my friend calls me up and says, hey, we got to take the photographer up there, and we got to go. I need to go take pictures of this place, but I don't know where the hell it's at, and I don't got a vehicle to get up there. So I said, well, shit, I'll take you girls up there. Let's go. So we run up there. And it right when COVID started, right? 2020, I think it was in February or March. I think it was already in March. COVID had just started. So she's posting this thing, Ranch, Apple Valley, 40 acres, going around this thing or whatever. And people are seeing it, and they're like, can we ride horses there? What's going on? I want to see it. So her phone starts blowing up on Facebook like crazy, right? And she's like, who the hell's going to buy this place, man? It's in the middle of freaking nowhere. So checking it out, thinking about it, looking at it, and by the time I dropped them off, and I was like, shit, I'll buy it. And she's like, really? I was like, yeah. I said, I was coming out of another transaction in Hellendale, and I said, well, I could 1031 exchange this money into this property and save me some taxes on this other investment that I had. So I ended up buying that thing, and so now I got some longhorns up there. I got about 10 head of cattle. I got 6 longhorns. Damn. They got babies on there. I got a bull longhorn up there too. Shit. That's having is breeding the cows, and then I got 4 Angus up there too that will butcher and stuff like that too. Yeah.
You have like a little dwelling, or what?
Yeah. So they roam on 7.5 acres, and then I got some outbuildings and stuff. Like I said, the guy that owned it at the beginning owned the local shed place, and he had all kinds of little outbuildings and stuff on there and stuff. So yeah, it's on battery backup, generator backup. It's solar powered, totally off the grid, stuff like that. It's crazy, man.
That's
so I got a shooting range up there.
Do you go up there every day, or you have someone stays
once
up
a
there?
weekish? No, I got cameras everywhere.
Oh really?
The neighbors, I got one neighbor that's on a 40 acre and another on a 40. So, but they're on the other side of the hill, so I can't see them. So you're literally surrounded by government land and stuff.
Beautiful.
Actually, there are 80 acres behind me that's donated to the Roman Catholic Church. So we see some of these people that'll die, which is kind of crazy. These people that'll die with millions of dollars, and they might have family. We read in their trust documents, and John and Joe, my daughter John and Joe don't get shit, and give everything to the cat, or give everything to the Roman Catholic Church, or give everything to the Archbishop.
No
yeah, dude,
way.
it's crazy, man. They'll either
a lot of times you see this.
Yeah, you see it happen. Not a lot, but you'll see it happen quite.
It's a big chunk of land or some crazy.
Well,
Be a
shit.
big chunk of land, or it'd be a big inheritance money, like millions of dollars. They're like,
Gone.
nobody gets shit. It all goes to the cat, or it all goes to the freaking church. You know what I mean? It's pretty wild. But that's I'm sure that's how the Roman Catholic Church got the 80 acres behind me. Is the it was probably donated. No, there's nothing around anywhere. There's just like I said, the neighboring ranch over there too, and the neighboring ranch is crazy. Man, they got crazy raves that go on over there and stuff. Yeah. Man, they'll do. It could be 100 freaking people, or it could be 2,000 people. Man, really? They'll have raves in the middle of nowhere, and it's crazy because the people that we've seen come up there, like this one time he had a Russian rave, and there was this girl in a little Mercedes that went the wrong way, which is my road, and she got stuck. So one of my other friends that was coming up, he's like, "Hey, there's some girl that's half naked, freaking looking for this rave, looking for this rave party."
My card's stuck.
It's like
Mike.
the Forrest Gump meme,
dude. Literally. So we drive down there,
My
and she
cards.
jumps out of her car with a stick in her hand, but she doesn't speak great English.
Oh yeah.
But these people are coming from all over the place. There's Teslas, Mercedes, Range Rovers driving up this 6-mile
city folk
dirt road trying to get to this freaking rave party and drop some mushrooms, dude. It's wild.
You're probably
Do you know
over
who
there
lives
too,
there?
Huh?
You know who lives there?
Yeah. They've been there since, I think they've been there about 40, 50 years.
What do they do?
Not a whole lot, really. But they do have a bunch of outbuildings. They have one, regular house. The other ones are all old from like the 40s, supposedly. The 30s.
Wow.
Yeah, like old stuff,
dead
man. I
stuff?
think some of them, they even have the stoves where you got to light the fire in to make, heat and to cook your food and shit like that. But it's all kinds of history back there. Have you guys ever been to the hot springs?
No.
I
Yeah.
haven't.
You haven't been there?
It's on that way.
You got to check it out, man.
How much further behind you? You can go down. And
So you would drive a little further. It's a place called Bowen Ranch, and there's two Bowen Ranches. There's an official Bowen Ranch, and you would know because it's a old building that's been there, I think, since the 30s as well. The guy lives there. He's been there for like 30 years. His name's Mike Castro. Dude's freaking. We got to have that dude on one time. That dude got some stories because you get freaking school buses with freaking college kids
He's
up
the
there.
one that
he's the one that has his spot where you would go and pay him to park.
They say he's crazy.
He's badass, dude.
Yeah.
The dude's got all his teeth. I mean, he's a normal dude.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, what are you doing here? He's like, man, just like being by myself, man. But he's just hanging out in the middle of nowhere on a same thing, off the grid location. But he's got so you park at his place. It's a 1.5 mile walk down No, it's a not a mile and a half. It's a 45-minute walk down and an hour and a half walk out because you're inclining the whole time or whatever. But man, it's freaking like 4 pools, hot spring pools. You walk across a little river. You know, you could jump in. It's deep enough to jump in. Ice cold water. But it's amazing.
Damn.
The problem is it's getting more and more popular talking about shit like this on the internet.
Yeah.
But it's freaking badass, man. You guys got to check it out, man. All natural hot springs coming out of the ground. It's crazy.
The water's hot.
Hot.
Is that the
Yeah,
same
boiling
road
hot.
you can take where it goes all the way to Big Bear?
So yeah, there's 2 different roads. So you got the Coxie Truck Trail so it starts out on Bowen Ranch Road. Bowen Ranch Road will Y off to
Right off of
Coxie
Roundup, right?
Roundup Way, yeah. So Coxie Truck Trail takes you up to Fawnskin, the back way to Big Bear, and then the other way takes you to Bowen Ranch, which will let you take you to the hiking trail, dead ends into the hiking trail to walk to the hot springs. But yeah, man, there's all kinds of. But I mean, it's all, you know, mostly people are all nude down there walking around. There's this one dude walking out, him and his wife, man, they were probably pushing 70 years old, man, just freaking backpack. That's all they had, backpack and some shoes on, man.
But naked?
Show 'em
Just
Adam.
freaking nuts
Show 'em
swinging
Adam.
around.
Show
It's
'em what's
crazy.
up. Show 'em what's up.
Walk
Is that a
through
water pouch?
You want a drink?
Yeah.
Yeah, dude, it's
Is that a
wild.
water pouch? A gallon?
Oh, yeah.
Like,
Parched.
Adam's got his fucking Cortez on. That's it.
Yeah, dude. Had him with his
Long
Cortez.
socks. I had to put long socks on too for that one.
And hat
Dude,
straight,
yeah, hire
you
the
don't wanna be
hire the socks
disrespectful.
down to the full, they say, dude.
Yeah.
Hire the socks down to the full. But yeah, dude, so they
Black
got
hat.
That
it's
guy's
crazy.
hydrated as a motherfucker.
Camelback.
It's crazy, man.
Two.
You guys got to check it out, dude. It's a real deal. Out
How
there.
often you go, or just
I've only been a couple times,
Yeah.
but my family's been up there. Shoot, they've been up there. They go up there all the time. I mean, I think it was more my uncles that went up there mostly.
is
They
the
just go there,
photography
check.
chick related to you?
No, no
No,
relation.
no?
Yeah, Christian, no.
Let's do a podcast up there.
Yeah, film it, take all the cameras, man. We're here.
Royal Talk goes to the ranch.
World Cut Nude. What's it? Nude podcast over there.
Just nude?
Yeah.
Melting in.
Joe's
Be like,
having
oh,
a
look,
hard-
there's
Adam said he
Bigfoot.
wanted to
It's
do.
Jake.
Adam said he wanted to do something outside.
Joe's having a hard time with that when she said nude. He's like,
Yeah, dude, it's a cool place.
So you still ride dirt bikes and that
Yeah, so we still got some dirt bikes and stuff
up there? Or you,
Yeah,
You guys go take
ride
on?
them around. My son's all into the big time, into the e-bikes, you know, the Talarias,
pretty
Surrons
dope.
and stuff.
Yeah,
man.
they are.
Jake just got one. Did you see
Yeah,
that?
I seen him
So
riding it.
Jake, I think he's the ringleader, man. He's over there freaking with all these high school kids, man, freaking running them around all the place. But the problem is, and I told my son the same thing. I said, man, you guys better keep it cool because, you know, they like to ride through Spring Valley Lake and stuff. Well,
Just be cool.
a kid that they know, I don't know if they know his name or whatnot, but he went in there and tore up the golf course on his freaking electric bike.
Always a
It's like,
motherfucker.
dude, that's what's gonna shut it down, man. These freaking damn kids, man. Ruins
Jake,
it for
Jake will
everybody.
probably go regulate on him.
Yeah. So it
Probably
was
get rid of
shortly after that he went and bought his electric bike. So I think he's I think he's gonna start a movement over there, man. I said, dude, man, I told Kathy, I was like, get them all shirts, man. You guys should be freaking the e-bike gang or whatever, you know. What I mean?
Disruptors.
He don't like Teslas, but he's got an e-bike.
Yeah, he's gonna
Oh,
Get him,
Joe.
Get his ass.
Yeah.
yeah, but they're all riding around on those things. I mean, 60, 70 miles an hour these bikes go, man.
But they're
It's
kind of
crazy.
small for like a bigger
They're smaller
person.
frame.
Yeah, they're
definitely
small.
smaller frame, but they haul ass.
They
And
probably
it's now
throw-
power, you know.
and they
electric
probably throw them
Circus
around.
bear on it, huh?
When I was a,
Like fucking Bowser on Mario Kart.
yeah, that's what it would
Fucking
be
Donkey
for
Kong on
sure.
the fucking.
when I was a
Dude,
kid,
the-
dude, me and my boy, we were young, dude. We were at someone's house, but they're like, "Oh, go take a golf club and go start swinging," because the golf course is on their backyard. So we went in over there, dude, just walked the course, and we're just fucking hitting balls. But we were putting divots everywhere, dude.
yeah.
Well, I can't remember if we were doing it on the green or not, but dude, we got caught, dude.
Oh, really?
They were pissed. They're like, "Dude, where's your fucking parents?" And they're like, "This is like thousands and thousands of dollars worth of
really?
damage."
You're a
Like,
fucking degenerate back then.
yeah,
Jeez,
bro, I was a
Yes,
fucking
Joe.
shitty kid.
We used to ice block on that because they had some good hills over there off
Oh,
of
you
like
could do that.
Sachin. And you go set on ice blocks and ride them down real fast.
Shit.
That was a good time. That was about the extent of my mischief. It wasn't too
Not Joe.
mischiefy.
Dad
Joe's
has
the
you-
agent of destruction.
Yeah, Dad had you working, that's why.
Yeah, right. Yeah, keeping you in trouble for sure.
Shout out to my mom because she restructured me. she broke me. That's always been this.
What happened when
thing.
they found out you were being Tiger Woods? You were hitting golf club.
Yeah, what happened? You didn't finish the story.
Yeah. Did your dad fuck you up?
My dad?
Yeah.
No,
He
I wasn't
find
around
out?
my dad at that time.
Oh,
That's when I was with my biological mom. That's why I was in so much trouble. She was never around. She was popping, whatever. And then
So it's her fault.
I ran the streets, dude, alone. I was like, me and my boy, dude, we just dude, midnight, fucking 9-year-olds walking around looking for trouble. It was bad, dude.
That's why I tell my kid, man,
piece
get
of
your
shit.
ass home before the sun goes down, man.
Street lights
You can
come
end up
on, you
in
better
like
be
Joe.
Joe,
Come on,
be
Joe.
in
That was the
trouble.
rule, dude. I remember
This is
back
why
in the
it's
day.
important for parents to be fucking involved in their kids'
For
life.
sure.
I would hear my dad
Shit like
whistle.
this.
Like in the
And my
neighborhood.
mom. Yeah, my mom.
I'd be like,
said
oh,
that.
gotta go.
Yeah.
Jump on my back.
Yep.
He's like, if I gotta call you, it's a problem.
If you gotta- yeah.
If I gotta get in the car and look,
You're
you're
getting
getting a whooping.
You're getting
Yeah.
hit.
Yeah.
You're getting fucking hit.
What about my bike? I'll put it in the back
Damn
of
it,
the
Mom.
Yeah, I'll put it in the back of
live
the
with
truck.
Dad.
I'll live with Dad.
Yeah.
Go live with one of his whores.
But I mean, that's
Why do you
I
think
mean,
we want to go?
that's the importance of having the dad at home, man.
Jake's
I mean,
over there in the crack of the door.
Yeah.
I can already picture this boy.
yeah, you gotta still gotta whip their
My butt
whip their
covered him
freaking
going
butt
in.
every day, man.
Teach him, man.
He's under the door, one eye.
And my son the other day, he was giving the wife attitude.
That's how you do that.
He was giving the wife attitude, and my wife was pretty beside herself because he did it like at the dentist's office. She's like, he had some cavities or whatever, and she's like, I told you that's why you need to brush your teeth at night. He's like, I don't care about that. He was on one of his little attitude
Jet,
deals.
right?
Yeah, Jet.
He's a big boy.
Yeah, he's like friggin' 5'11", 14. He's a monster, the kid. But she was like devastated, so she called me up, and I was like, man, I'm gonna be calm and cool when I talk to him. And she was telling me all this stuff or whatever. It's like, all right, let me.
Do you ever get worked up? Or?
Well, I'm on testosterone, man. No. So, anyways, I ended up coming home, and I was like, man, I'm freaking nice and calm and cool. I was like, look at man. I said, there's a lot of people that know us in the town. I said, you're a reflection of us. How we raised you. I said, if you give your mom an attitude, and then I kind of lost it. I was just like, you need your butt,
Yeah,
you need your butt
it's
beat.
coming,
It's
it's
time.
coming.
It's time. As I think about it, I said, my dad whipped my ass all the time, man. I'm thankful for every one of them.
Yeah.
I said, you know what? You need your freaking ass whipped. 14 years old, I'm
Here it's
freaking.
coming.
Yep.
I was freaking pissed. I was just like, don't frick. I said, we didn't raise a piece of shit kid. I said, don't act like a piece of shit kid. You have respect to everybody. You look them in the face. I said, you want this, cool stuff. I make you work for this stuff, but you cannot be freaking having no damn attitude and treating your mom like freaking crap. But like I said, that's the importance of having the dad at home.
gotta come in.
Wife sometimes like, oh, you're too hard. I'm just like, no,
Yeah.
you're trying to keep this freaking kids in line.
Yeah,
That's and it's
especially
a
now.
struggle, man. Because
Especially now.
14 years old, high school, 9th grade.
He's about to start not liking it.
Dude, it's
He's
just
into
like
that-
I mean that's why I got to go to the gym all the time, man. That's why free whip his ass. He's getting pretty strong.
Dad just gets the chokehold, holds on. Go to sleep.
Hold on tight, man. But it's
Dude,
I'm sorry,
go ahead.
hopefully it never comes to where you have to duke it out with your kid or whatever.
Yeah.
But but like I said, hopefully over time. There was another time I think it was him. Yeah, it was him. He's little, man. He was little, he was whining, crying, and doing stuff. Wouldn't listen, at 3-4 years old like any of them would be or whatever. But I remember we were in this, my daughter's 2nd grade or 3rd grade, whatever it was, orientation, So you sit there and he's sitting there and was like, hey, sit still, trying to be quiet or whatever. And he wouldn't listen. And now he's starting to make a scene, and I just can't stand when people let their kid make a scene or any of that stuff. It's like, get up, get out, do something, before I freaking want to smack that kid.
Yeah.
So anyways, I took him outside. I freaking had my hand back. Wham! I freaking hit him in his butt hard, man. And out of the corner of my eye, when I turned the corner, I saw an older fellow there. And, I got down on my knee, and I said, when I'm talking, listen to me, quit goofing around or whatever he was doing. And I saw that old man coming out of the corner of my eye, and I can't remember the exact words, but he was like,
Fuck yeah.
you shouldn't hit your kid, this, that, and the other.
I thought he was gonna praise you.
Yeah, I thought he was the old school.
I was already freaking hot. I got up and I said, my mom beat my fucking ass all the time. And I said, I'm thankful for every one of them. I said, don't you ever fucking tell me how to discipline my kid. I was pissed, man. He's all, I'm sorry. I lost my kid at a young age. And I was like, I don't give a shit, man.
Like, probably suicide.
fuck
That
outta
was
here.
your dad.
Pissed, man. I
I
was
was like,
like,
it's probably
dude.
suicide of yours, Dad.
You don't know what my kid was doing in there, but again, it's parents are like, oh, don't, it's like no.
Mind your
These
fucking
kids need the
business.
freaking ass.
Unless
whipping.
you're beating the shit
Yeah,
out of
yeah,
your
yeah,
kid
yeah,
and like he's
yeah.
like dying.
That's a
or, you know
different
what I mean?
story.
That's a different story.
My mom was
But
old school.
fuck.
She'd be like, wait till we get in that car. I'm going to fuck you
Dude,
up. There's cameras. There's cameras.
You know that.
She always tell me, there's cameras. I'll get you in the car.
My
And then,
mom.
like,
You didn't want to go to the car. You didn't want to go to the car.
No. Hey, honestly, you think she let it go, right? Because you went and had lunch. You fucking went. You guys talked. You laughed, and then like what? She went and got whatever she needed, and you get in the car. She's like, bam!
yeah.
Oh my god!
She won't forget.
No, she'll forget.
won't
She won't forget. No,
Actually,
there's cameras. I'll hit you in the car.
I smacked Lucy the other day because she got smart with her mom in the car. Like we were going to gymnastics, and Gabby told her to do something. She said, "I did it." I'm like literally going. I'm like, no, the fuck, this just didn't happen. I reached back and smacked her.
Yeah.
She just kind of looked at me. She didn't cry or nothing, but I'm like, don't
Stunned.
ever.
Hey, that was a wound.
Yeah, I'm like,
Daddy
don't.
just hit me.
I'm like, dude, and like on the way to the cheek, I'm like, oh, you gotta slow down. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I'm like, don't go.
Adam
crazy.
probably just went,
Smack her in the hand.
He's like, ah!
No, I gave her.
I love you, baby.
I gave her a good one. Like,
Text you
even
with
she looked at me or whatever, but I'm like, man, I felt bad, but I'm like, no, we're not doing that shit. You're not gonna like talk.
We gotta try to. We're trying to keep them on the straight and narrow, man,
Dude,
as
have
much
you-
as possible.
Have you seen those videos? The moms, they're like
I was
in
just
on
gonna
it,
say that.
and they're like, the kid will be like, "Fuck you" to the
No,
mom.
it's so funny.
And the
Dude,
dad's like, "What the fuck?"
It looks like the dad's gonna kill the kid.
Yeah,
those
dude.
are so
The
good.
best, the best are when the dad's like super relaxed, like in the recliner,
And they come
watching,
flying
yeah, they do
out.
it like it's a setup, dude. And the dad like rolls out of the couch.
He's like, "What did he say?"
Yeah.
The mom has to jump in too. He's just playing. He's just playing. It's a joke.
I think there's two of them where like they barely get like the
Oh,
joke
yeah.
out in time before the dad's like literally grabbing the
Yeah.
kid. I'm like,
Yeah.
oh, he's about to get beat.
I like the one. I think he's like a cop too, right? Like he's
There were some big dads I saw in those things, man. It's freaking good.
big-
I love
have
watching
have you
those.
seen the one where the kid bashes his dad's front windshield? It's a Mustang, like
No.
a nice. There's like a brother. He's calling his name. He's like, you're tripping, Dad. Like he starts yelling for him, and the
Fucking
kid
bitch.
fucking has a bat and he blasts the front windshield in the hood.
I think I know who you're talking about. I think that kid is like
Really?
not mentally there.
Oh,
And
but
they always
dude-
make fun of him on YouTube. You know?
I don't know, but
does
dude,
a
he
lot of
fucks
crazy
this
shit.
car up, and you look, and this like buff ass dad comes running out of the garage, and the kid like before you know it, the kid's gone, and like he's like, "Where'd he go?" But dude, I could not imagine beating like my dad would kill me.
my mom,
sure.
her ankle would crack when she walked. It was
You know,
so she'd be at home, with us, So over summertime or whatever, she'd be talking to her friend or whatever, and then me and my two sisters, they would always beat me up. So we were always fighting and stuff, running through the house and stuff like that. And then you would always hear her. She's like, "Hold on, I gotta beat my kids." So she'd freaking put the phone down,
Oh, no.
and then you just hear her ankle crack, and we go boom, and we just scatter right.
Ankle cracking.
We freaking and then you hear the belt jingling. My dad had this freaking one leather belt, man, and the longer you hide, the worse it's gonna be. You had to come out, wham, dude. She freaking let us have it. I told you 10,000 times that stop fighting, whatever it was. But her ankle would crack, dude. You knew she was coming, man. It was like.
That's funny.
Dude,
Megan's
I used
like
to-
that, dude. She walks around the house. I'm like, "Oh, she's coming." Like, I know where she's at
Hey,
at all
yeah.
times.
I used to get the wooden spoon back of the head.
Yeah.
Spoon, hanger, any type of fucking.
My dad would just use his hand. He didn't
He had a
get
belt.
Yeah.
He had the
My
freaking
dad had a
roughest
hand,
hand.
yeah.
My dad, well, he used hands too.
A belt.
He used fists.
The belt was like ultimate trouble.
Yeah.
That's what we do. Make
Ultimate trouble was his knuckles.
make whippings great again. Dude.
Yeah.
Where's
Toes
those
and
hats?
noses,
Yeah,
yeah.
they need
when he would
that.
punch.
Oh yeah.
when he
Need
would
that on
punch,
a
I
shirt.
Make discipline great again. Maybe that's the hat.
No.
Yeah, I remember one time I got in my mom's
Like
Volvo and I put the
NDGA?
e-brake on
Yeah.
and I put the car in reverse and went into the freaking neighbor's front yard. Bam! And then he came rolling up, hit a badass S10, slammed. Came rolling up, and I'm like, fuck. And then he got out, walked over, and that was it.
Yeah.
He's like, I'm sorry, I'll take care of this. I'm like, oh, fuck, it's going to hurt me.
Yeah,
Yeah, close fist.
I want to live with mom.
that's the thing, man. It's like
I want to go back to mom. No, he would look at my mom and he'd be like, you move, I heard him more. She'd be like,
and I think that's the benefit, right? When the kids fear the parents.
You have to.
Yeah.
Or if they don't, they're like, "Oh, you're my buddy." And I hate when people say, "Oh, my kid, we're
Oh,
best
I
friends."
fucking
I'm just
hate
like,
that, too.
"What? That just sounds crazy, man. You're best friend." It's like, no, I'm not here to be your friend.
I have
I'm
a
here
job.
to freaking.
Yeah, I gotta-
I'm here to
I gotta
freaking try
serve
to
it,
try to
yeah.
make you, a
Productive
See,
citizen.
Citizen.
I think it's just a more level of like just respect. Like you don't fuck around.
Right.
You fuck around and find out.
Yeah.
That's how my dad was.
Well,
you know?
there's like a weird thing
Level
that
of
goes on
respect.
when you're like older, or they say like the true.
It's like 80% respect, 20% fear. You know?
I agree.
What they say like the true, like raising a kid or having kids is like when you've done well in life, they want to hang out with you when they're grown ups.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's how
definitely.
you like your
definitely.
kids want to hang out with you when they're what I mean,
Yeah.
grown up or whatever. Then you've done a good job raising
Yeah.
them. But because like how often you call your parents to hang out?
Yeah.
I don't call them too often. You know what I
Oh.
mean? Like vice versa. Like so, are you really calling your dad? Hey, I want to hang out, Dad. Think
No,
like being it's
no.
not. You
Not
know what I
like
mean?
every day.
Not because you don't like them, but like they say, when you enjoy your parents' time,
Yeah.
you go hang out with them. Like it's because the job the parents did.
Yeah, I hang out with my dad all the time. We were always doing something, But yeah, that's what I'm saying. But like I said, I had we had good discipline. We you respect them, you fear them. You don't want to disappoint them either. Too, at the same thing. Well, my sisters, they didn't give a damn. They were jumping out the window at 15,
Same,
pregnant at
same,
15,
same.
16 years old. Man, they didn't give a damn.
Really?
They wanted to party. Man, they're like freaking screw this shit. Dude, my dad used to screw the freaking window shut because they would jump out the window. My mom, when we got into high school and stuff, she started working at Stater Brothers. So she would be I don't know, graveyard, a swing shift or whatever. Go in at 2 o'clock in the morning or whatever. Well, she'd always go check on everybody or whatever. And the curtain would be blown and the windows open. The sisters would be gone, dude. They're freaking
So
partying.
they would get caught, or they would just be gone.
Oh yeah, they get caught.
They'd be
'Cause
waiting until they get
my
back?
mom would just be like, back then I think we just.
So they got the
pagers.
they got the belt. Or they didn't
yeah.
they didn't give a shit though,
Yeah,
huh?
for sure. Yeah,
yeah.
I mean, no, they wanted to
Adrian,
party.
man.
Well, then they would run away for a couple days. 3, 4,
That
5
was
days.
Adrian. That was
And
Adrian.
who was the person home?
fucking
I
Adrian.
was home. Parents are fighting. Like, God damn, you should have let the girls go out. We got to let them go out. And we shouldn't.
They be fighting over
Oh,
it?
yeah. So I'm over here freaking, I'm the one sitting. And then all of a sudden they show up at home at 15 with a baby. And I was like, what the fuck, man? This is great. But it just, and that's the thing, too, is like, you don't know which way the kids are going to go. My mom and dad were home, married, good home, so some of them
Isn't
kind
it
of
crazy,
crazy.
like the way the
One-
kids come out? Like, just they're all.
and I think it's the way people they hang out with. I think that's what it ends up
Big
being.
influence.
Is
Big influence.
they start going, a certain direction. It's like if you can't steer them away somehow. That's why the sports involvement stuff like that is pretty key because it
Structure.
helps it go. Helps it better odds going a better way. I think.
Well, were you the youngest?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm the youngest of them. Yeah. But that's wild, man. But like I said, man, it's crazy. But yeah, windows screwed shut, and they were freaking like, "Hey, how do we unscrew this?" I go get the tool to unscrew it, and
They'd
shit.
be
So-
coming out Mike's window, jumping out there.
yeah, dude. Boyfriends would pull up outside and tap on the window, and before you know it, they're gone. It's crazy.
Well,
man.
and they were just a little bit older than you, right?
Yeah, so that was like 12, 13. They were 15, 16.
That was Adrian.
Yeah, 14, 15. I was 13-ish.
Send a friend.
Yeah, dude, it's wild, man. That's how these.
Did you ever sneak out, Joe, or no?
Sneak out?
Yeah.
No.
I got caught. I used to sneak out all the time.
You
but
did?
I got caught in a cop's house.
Oh,
What?
fuck.
Yeah, he wasn't. Not
Literally
him.
walked into that one.
Not him, but his wife caught me. Yeah, I was a fool.
He was
Because-
naked in the closet holding his junk. And she opened up. She's
she
like,
was
get
shocked.
the fuck out.
Yeah.
Let me see that.
Well, what were you doing? What the hell were you doing? There was their kid? Was
Yeah,
it?
the
Oh,
daughter.
oh, oh.
Yeah, I used to go sneak over there the nighttime. One time I snuck over in the night and I took the screen off, went in the room, and I left my bike outside the front window. And the neighbor told us, hey, there was a bike outside all night. So the next time I was sneaking over, I'd throw it in the bushes, the neighbor's bushes. Like, yeah, there's all kind of funny shit. One time I was there and the dad came home. He was the cop. And I'm like, oh, fuck.
Did he like you?
No.
Oh, fuck. You're,
Yeah,
a
so
you're a daredevil.
That's why we were sneaking around. You know what I mean?
Oh,
but,
shit.
Romeo
Where you spend the
and
night
Juliet
over there?
is left.
No, I would just go do shit I should
Hang
do.
out.
Like, yeah.
Romeo and Juliet
Yeah.
of the Stern Valley love story.
Yeah, this is Napa Valley. This is how bad it was. I'll give you one more example. But one time I was there in the garage door. We were messing around. And the garage door started opening. Well, they lived in the track home off Sitting Bull, across from the school over there.
Yeah.
Shit.
And the dad converted it was a 3-car garage. Well, the single car he converted to a room. That was her room. So it was in the front of the house, and I could go to the window. So one time it was during the day. Nobody was supposed to be there. We're messing around in the fucking the room's right next door. So you hear the garage door. Boom. I'm like, she's like, nobody's supposed to. So she looks out. It's her dad. I'm like, oh fuck.
No way.
So my bike was on the front porch.
Oh, great.
So I go to the front, put my shoes on, all my shit, and then I get to the front, and I'm like, all right, hopefully he's walking through the house right now, so I'm gonna fucking take
Time it. Time it.
Yeah, I just went 1,000, 2,000, 3,000, and I just remember taking off through the yard and just into the street and took off.
Did he
Never-
see you?
No, I never looked back.
Did you ever go back?
Yeah.
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 He's I figured out his rhythm and
Yeah.
I got it down.
He didn't catch me. I'm coming back for. It's like a dog.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? He come-
Was he a local deputy?
Yeah, he's a CHP.
Oh, damn.
Yeah. But and then.
Yeah, he definitely wasn't.
But
good
look at
enough.
this.
Yeah, terrible
So it was all the way down Sitting Bull, and I lived at the top.
Oh, you're going up.
So
So
I would go. It was great, going.
Yeah.
And then I would go, and on the way home, I'd hate it every. Why the fuck do I do this? Climbing up the hill in the middle of the night, or people would come by. What are you
Puss,
doing?
baby,
I'm like,
for
I'm going
fucking
home. Like,
puss.
don't worry about it. But I would always sneak out of the house.
Hey,
yeah.
that's for tail. We all do stupid things. We get it.
Well, I mean, it's not stupid. Just part of being a youngster. But yeah.
You're like,
Then
I
my,
love her.
then my buddies were driving, a little older than me, and I'd call them like, "Hey, you gonna be out tonight?"
Drop me off.
My boy would be like, "I'm outside the gate already." Like he would pick me up all the time and drop me off.
Oh, really?
Yeah, you're
Yeah.
born too late, dude. You needed electric bikes. You could have been freaking just cruising back
Yeah.
up Sitting Bull.
Yeah.
No, but that's what I grew up without a cell phone. I missed that. Like
Yeah.
you
Freedom.
like
It's crazy.
You know this, like parenting, like you had to trust your kid to come home. Like
Yeah.
he was gone, you didn't know where they were.
Yeah,
It is nice when your kid has a cell phone.
yeah,
you
for
know?
sure. The whole track.
More
all
peace of
stuff,
mind
yeah.
for sure.
But,
yeah, imagine. See you later. All right. I'll be here.
My parents gave me my first cell phone, and they're like, "You could have this, but you have to pay for it." And it was only like $20 a month, something like that. So I started paying for it, and I was like,
Nokia.
yeah, exactly.
Big old brick.
No,
The razor. You had the razor.
It was the one before that. It was like this little. It was like the red one I think Neo used in fucking.
The tiny little one?
Yeah, remember that tiny? Anyways,
Pops out.
I stopped paying for it. I was like, hey, I don't want to pay for this anymore. Have the phone back. Like, it's like I used it that much, And then after like a few weeks, like, hold on. We'll pay for it. They liked that they had a phone on me, So, but
Yeah, it's
Good old
man.
phone,
It's good
man.
stuff.
I
Good
still remember
stuff.
when I wanted a phone and I got a phone, and now I'm like, fuck, this thing's
Fuck
never
this phone.
going away.
Yeah. The pagers, though. The pagers were the thing.
Pagers were the thing.
Then we can send secret messages,
911,
recorded
Yeah,
messages.
hell yeah. They knew what's up.
I
She
wasn't,
replied.
I wasn't part of the.
You know,
I
they
still-
still got that payphone over there by the gym. Do you see that? That little
they?
booth?
It's still there?
The payphone, well, the phone's not there, of course. It's,
Didn't you just? Weren't we somewhere the other day? And Jorge was like, I've never seen a payphone before.
Bro, I remember being a kid with my parents in the Pedro Golf.
Yeah,
Pull over to
all
a
that's the
payphone.
payphone,
There'd be
yeah.
like little sections in a parking lot, Jorge, back in the day with like multiple payphones, and
Yep.
people would
Yeah,
be
yeah.
all pulled up talking on the
I
payphone.
was just telling my son when we passed by that thing. I was like, dude, freaking check that out, man. He's a payphone. He's
The
like,
funny
what's
one is-
that?
The funny one is
I don't know.
people
They don't even
see
know what a CD is.
the phone with the cord.
Yes.
What is
red
that?
One.
Like a house phone. You're
yeah.
like,
How about the one with the extra long cord? You can walk around
Yeah,
the house
yeah,
with it.
yeah.
Those are the days.
I
they'd
saw
be on
that-
the couch. Maybe you're sitting like wherever.
mom
Adrian,
was-
get off the phone.
This
bro.
mom was complaining about that. She's like, my kid just asked me, why do you say I hang up the phone? Like, what do you hang?
yeah,
It's
yeah,
like,
yeah.
well, back in the fucking day, we
Oh,
actually had to hang
That's
up.
why like that phone used to work at my grandparents.
Oh, that's badass.
Dude, I used to
That's
go
really cool.
love to call my grandma. Like, I'm pulling. Boop, boop,
Yeah, yeah.
boop. You know what I mean? My grandpa worked at the phone company, so.
Oh,
Did
yeah.
your parents ever listen on the other line? when you
Oh
were
yeah,
talking on
dude,
the
my
phone?
dad would get on.
You hear it?
Adam, time to get off the phone.
Yeah.
I'm like,
Yep,
fuck,
yep,
man.
yep.
All right, I gotta go. Like,
Yeah.
Mom, Jacob.
or you be
love
still,
you, baby.
you still be on like that.
Go, babe.
Yeah, you still be on an hour later. My dad would get on. I told you get off the phone.
Yeah.
Click.
Yeah.
You're like,
Yeah.
my dad was cool. Like my mom, fuck.
Yeah.
She'd come over and just hang up your shit.
You ain't
Jacob,
talking to
the
no
phone.
chicks.
Yeah.
The only chick you're talking to was me.
Or they'd be pissed later on because if you didn't have call waiting. Somebody was trying to call me. And beep.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Mom, please.
Dude, those are crazy.
Three-way or
yeah.
the three-ways?
I still got a landline.
Hell yeah.
I got a fax machine at home
Yeah,
still.
man.
I mean, once in a while, there's once a year you got to fax something.
Yeah.
Well, check it out. One
It's the
time,
weirdest damn
like
thing.
a couple years ago, two of my buddies, one guy's a pool builder, and we're at his new house. The other buddy's new house, and they were building the pool together. And the heater or something was bad on the equipment. And I remember the homeowner was like, "Hey man, did you take care of my warranty stuff?" And the buddy was bullshitting. He's like, "Oh, I gotta fax it in." And I remember the dude stopped. He's like, "Who the fuck faxes these days? It's email. Nobody fucking like." He started flipping.
It's like
out.
people that
I'm
write a
like,
check at the grocery store.
Oh God! I'm like, hurry up.
Are you freaking kidding me?
Dude, that used to be my mom. Like we.
Well, this day and age is crazy, right?
Yeah,
But I mean,
yeah.
I've been behind people. I'm just looking. I'm like, that is the craziest thing I've ever
Older,
seen.
it's
right
always
now.
older people.
Yeah.
I just have patience. All right, cool. You got to respect it.
I only write checks.
I'm like-
checks for my business. I never write personal anything.
Yeah, like the groceries are. I'm like,
Yeah.
I asked the lady too. I'm like, what is that?
Yeah.
Honey, that's a
What is
checkbook.
that?
It's like, dude, this is crazy, man. Like,
real-
you're taking
what
like
is that?
3 minutes of all of our time when you could have been out of here. You know.
Yeah, it's called Apple Pay, bitch. Hurry up.
Yeah,
Take
it's
that checkbook
wild.
Yeah,
and
but
tap
that's,
it.
that's what you pay. Yeah.
They're like, what? Just tap it.
Just tap it.
Put that little gold thing in there.
Yeah, dude, it's on your phone now, dude. Like,
Yeah,
dude,
it's
I can't wait till
wild.
your license is on your phone. Fuck my wallet.
You know what?
dude.
It's
I fucking
cool.
hate
You know
wallets.
what's a cool thing though is like the older people on social media. Like when you
Yeah.
see the older cats, like 60s,
Trolling.
you know, doing stuff, and they're all intertwined with it. You're like, all right, this person got with the times.
And that's what's so good about the whole social media thing that people don't realize is because the majority, and it might be 90% of the people don't post anything, but they're all watching.
Yeah.
That's what's so crazy, right? The
Everybody
audience
wants
is
to
so
follow.
big.
Yeah,
And again, it's,
instant.
50, 55 and older on Facebook and the younger crowds on Instagram. And then, of course, you got all the other ones or whatever. But everybody's watching.
You know what's that?
man.
I noticed that like my grandparents and stuff were like Facebook. I'm like, who the fuck uses Facebook? You don't ever hear about
That's why
that
you got to
shit,
be on
but-
both platforms. You have to be. It's a big deal, man. Are you on Facebook? You guys on Facebook?
I have a problem.
Is this
I never
podcast on
use
Facebook?
it. No.
You don't talk about
Should
it on
we?
Facebook? Dude. For sure.
All right, well now we
You
gotta
have
know.
to. There is a whole nother audience.
I don't know
on
who yours
Facebook.
happens. What are you two thinking?
There's a whole nother audience.
Oh,
on
you got
Facebook.
Instagram.
You're Mr. Social.
Yeah, you got
Me?
to, man. It's,
Yeah.
it's a
Oh,
must
me?
have.
I'm not social. No one talks to me. You two are the fucking.
Social butterflies?
These two walk in the gym, bro, and the whole gym breaks down. Adam, Jake, dude, it's like a fucking.
You're here.
Yeah, dude.
Where
it's
have
a
you
parade
been?
every fucking.
Hey,
morning.
Hey,
I
hold
just-
on.
I don't like when I'm working out and I get the on my back. I'm like,
You got to approach quietly.
Hey.
That's why I just try to
Thanks,
friggin'
man.
bum and get back to work.
Yeah.
Try to sit there.
Well, I give a lot of love too. I try to say hi.
I say what's up.
Oh, you guys were
Not on
lower
leg-
jaw at least
not on
every
leg-
couple
you
times, 2-3
fucking-
times
I
a
see
week.
your jaw wraps.
Lower jaw all the time.
We introduced
Bullshit.
him. We introduced him to Lolo. He didn't stop. That motherfucker went on superset.
Shit, Lula wouldn't leave me, dude. Lula wouldn't leave me.
He saw your. He smelt your money.
I'm gonna milk this guy.
He's like, his forehead doesn't move. His eyebrows. Oh, he's got money.
He's gonna
milk
get
him
shit.
like a bull.
Yeah.
Yeah. And that first day I introduced you to him, like I went back over, was like, "Hey Lolo, come on, let's go work out." Like, yeah, he's like a bottomless pit of knowledge. Like,
Yeah,
you know.
that could all be bullshit, but I
No, he
believe
has
it.
great knowledge.
I believe it.
Yeah, I believe it, dude.
Like, hey,
I
man,
bought it.
ChatGPT sounded just like it.
I love when his.
Said the same shit.
I love when his tongue fucking does the thing. I'm like, oh, this fool's full of
What
juice. Like, so steroid, like people have like their slur.
Yeah.
Oh, do they?
Like-
they get that?
It's like a thing.
way.
You'll get it
it's
over
like-
time.
it's
You'll,
like-
you'll notice
way.
it. You'll be like, you'll just say
It's like
things
a
like,
thing.
"Oh shit, why am I lisping
Yeah,
right
your
now?"
tongue
Like,
doesn't work like you want.
No
Yeah.
way.
Yeah, bro,
Are you?
that's like-
I'm gonna look. That's some bullshit.
Yeah.
Put that on the fucking screen.
Wait, look at
No
I call bullshit.
way. You gotta be kidding.
You
me.
are fake news.
Yeah.
That's hilarious. I can't wait to talk to him.
Yeah, you're gonna be like,
Yeah, because I think I did notice that, but I thought that was just a lot of times
and he's
people are
not,
born
he's,
with
be
it.
something
he's
else.
really consistent with it. So it's not. I just figured.
But that's what I'm
like,
saying. Maybe he's born with it, but that is a real deal. You think?
Yeah, I mean, you see all
He
those
said he
big
looked
I think you
at
guys
it.
was-
Did you say you looked
Listen
it
to
up?
all those big bodybuilders.
You
talk,
guys been
man.
smoking too
Look
much.
at Ronnie. Fuck, dude.
Yeah,
they
they
all
all
like
like
Ronnie
slur.
had it too.
They all slur.
They all
Yeah.
slur, yeah.
Ronnie Coleman slurs?
Yeah.
Really?
Lightweight, baby.
Yeah.
That's
It's a slur.
crazy.
Yeah, you'll notice it a little
Does
bit.
Dude,
Arnold
I
slur?
can't.
Maybe I'm
I
mistaken,
can't.
but-
I think you guys lost your damn minds.
Does
Well, you
Arnold
can't
slur?
hear
That's
it
exciting.
slur
I
over.
did.
Arnold
I did
slurs,
hear
that's
from
for
Joe.
sure.
But
I'm gonna double it up and see if I can get that thing in the next
I want
5
a
years.
slur.
I want to slur like a son of a gun, dude.
his wife's gonna be telling him, "Bring that tongue over here. Slur that thing over here, boy."
Yeah.
There's this one person I'm trying to think of. You ever saw the movie Five Mousekewitz back in the day?
Yeah.
Yeah.
American,
Whoa.
American
Yeah.
Tail.
Yeah, American Tail. Yeah,
American
yeah.
Tail. Yeah.
50 goes west.
Yeah, well, you know, he
Goes
talks
West.
about.
That's a
with the
classic.
fucking spider.
Fucking tiger.
got a
Holding
lot
that
of-
cat.
Yeah.
He had a lot of
There's so many
saliva,
characters.
but he talks like that. Like,
Yeah.
you know, Five Mousekewitz. You know what I mean? But I think that's the best. But I know somebody that talks like that. I was trying to think who it was.
I know a couple guys.
It's the
but you know,
best,
you
dude.
know. Just hey, when you talk to them, you see them at the gym.
They got
there's
all
always,
that.
There's always
You
a
got like that. No, this one's like the.
no. He'll be talking like, "What's going on, shit?"
No way.
Yeah,
Really?
I'll tell you. You'll
Dude,
see
point
it.
him out to us,
You'll
dude.
see it. You'll see it.
I want to talk
Can't
to
miss
him.
him.
He'll be like, "What's going on?"
No way.
I swear, yeah.
That's
He came up to me
awesome.
and Kelly the other day. He's like, "What's going on, bitch? Jake?" Like, there you go. You heard that, right?
Like the
Yeah.
way he's talking, his
It's
whistling.
like, yeah, like he.
Maybe it's like a perfect gap in his teeth or something.
No, like he'll notice it. It's
Oh, like
funny.
say,
Yeah, yeah.
say, Sonny.
Well, you know people that like have the whistle S's.
Yeah.
They're like,
Dude, that's funny.
Like that always trips me. I told my teacher one day, she's like, "You fucked my life up." She like, I was a kid, dude. She's like, "You fucked my life." Like I never noticed I did it, and now I can't stop thinking about it.
No
I always felt
way.
bad after that. I was like, "My
You
bad."
guys see the new post about Mexicans and pizza? How they say pizza?
Uh-uh.
Yeah, like Mexican people that speak
I heard the
Spanish. usually
Tuesday.
say- They
I know
say,
pizza for sure.
yeah, pizza.
Pizza.
So
Pizza.
they're saying, "Hey, don't say that in public. Your ass will get deported." That's how they know.
Do you see that people have been posting the Slurpee ice trucks, the vans? Like, careful, everyone, there's ice. It's a fucking the Slurpee
van.
Oh
ice.
shit.
Yeah, the fucking the Frosties.
Remember that Jim Carrey movie where he gets deported to Mexico?
Jim Carrey movie gets deported to Mexico. Fun with Dick and Jane? No.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You remember that?
I don't remember
He
that
like
part.
gets socked in the face, and he's with a bunch of the Mexicans trying to get work, like at Home Depot. And Ice comes up, and he can't speak right, so it looks like he has an accent. So
You
they
remember
fucking
Born in
pull-
East LA with Cheech?
Yeah.
That's a classic.
Oh, that's a great movie.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
a
there's some
classic.
good ones back.
I don't know. I think
Good
Up in
song,
Smoke
too.
is probably the first time you see that is you'll never
Up in
replicate that.
smoke.
Up in
Cheech
Smoke.
and Chong.
Shrimp on the
Yeah.
Barbie. Ever seen that one? That's a good one. Shrimp on
What
the
is
Barbie. When he goes down to Australia to go work at some fucking Mexican
Cheech-
restaurant,
Cheech
it's just Cheech. Yeah, he goes down there. And
That's just
fucking-
called Cheech?
Yeah, no, it's called Shrimp on the Barbie. And then he meets this chick. She's like a rich girl, and she hates her parents. So she tells him, "I need you to act like a cholo." So he's like, "Okay, I'll be a fucking cholo." And then he rolls over. He's like, "Orale," like talking to the mom. "Let me check it out." And he's fucking like he's spitting her and shit. And the fucking dad hates him. He's like, "What's up, pops?" He's grabbing his fucking. It's It's a good movie.
I've never seen it.
It's Cheech though.
Yeah, it's just Cheech.
He's like pretty good. He has some good roles.
Oh, for
Yeah.
sure. Especially like
for
the
sure.
chicken.
You watching any good shows right now or anything?
Yeah, I just, well, I mean, shoot, Yellowstone's over, man.
I
So
knew
there's
this was
nothing else to watch.
Yeah,
man.
dude.
What do you
They
mean?
kinda-
That Tulsa King?
they
Which-
kinda-
No, I haven't watched that yet. I haven't
Oh,
watched
dude,
it.
What about
Landman's fire? bro.
Land, yeah. I
Have you
heard,
even
I
stayed
heard
up on that one?
Finished, yeah, I just finished
Oh
the
man, I
season.
need to get back
I gotta
on. That one's a
watch
good
it.
one,
I
Billy
gotta
Bob.
watch it.
Tulsa King, baby.
That was
Highly
gonna be the
recommend
new
Really?
fucking top one, I think. Landman.
it. What about Cobra Kai? You
A lot
watch
of
Cobra Kai?
people
I
like
didn't
Tulsa
get-
King. A lot
love
of people like
Tulsa
that
King.
one.
Tulsa King. I
Stallone.
finished that too.
Yeah.
haven't
Penguin?
seen
Did you watch Penguin?
No.
That was alright.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I haven't
Did
seen
you like how Yellowstone finished?
Yeah, I thought it was pretty good.
Yeah?
I did.
I
I
was
did.
a
I
little-
kind of was a
It's a little
little,
washy,
yeah, I'm a
too.
little like,
No, I thought it was pretty good.
They
Well,
had-
like I said, I don't think
it
it's done
felt rushed.
yet. They're definitely gonna put something else out there for sure.
Oh, it's done? It's like officially
it-
done, the
yeah.
Yellowstone
Yeah.
saga?
What's her
dispersed.
name? What's
Beth.
her- Beth and
Rip.
Jesus
Cole
Christ,
Hauser.
Joe. Yeah, they're gonna have a show together.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
So if you had his new whiskey, I should have brought it, man. I'll bring it for you guys. Maybe
Rip whiskey or what is it?
Yeah, it's Rip. Yeah, Cole Hauser's new whiskey. It's called Lazy K Bar whiskey.
Cole
Really, really
Hauser.
cool, man. You got a nice little leather wrap on top, but it's a really good whiskey. It's only $100. Really, really good.
Good.
Yeah,
That's
really
actually.
good. And you can only get it right now in Texas. I mean, in Montana and Texas. But you could have it shipped, but there's only those places are carrying it in store right
Oh,
now.
that's cool.
No, Rob brought that. It's actually really good.
What the hell is it?
So good.
It's a whiskey.
It's a whiskey from Colorado. And where
Some
else?
vets, right? Vet
It's a veteran
cool.
distillery.
What's it called?
Right
I
there.
don't know, man. I'm pretty fine. You read it.
Alpenglow. 10th Mountain Spirits Alpenglow. Alpenglow. Sage infused peach vanilla. Oh, wow, interesting. I'll have to try that. That sounds interesting.
Highly recommend it. Well,
You guys want to take a shot at it?
What's the name?
I
No,
have to go get a.
no, it's your day
That sounds
off
horrible.
tomorrow.
Yeah.
We're fucked. Oh, you're off Fridays too.
Yeah, I'm off. Well, I'm off tomorrow.
What about you? You never are off.
Yeah, it's never off, man. Your phone's on, you're always working,
Yeah.
you know.
What's the name of your escrow company again?
Chicago Title, yeah, Chicago
You're the
Title.
owner.
And
You
that's-
own it.
No. It's a
Oh,
Fortune 400
Yeah, it's a
company. It's a,
big-
nationwide
they're all
corporation.
over,
Yeah,
yeah.
they're
Oh,
all
is
over the
it?
place. Yeah. So we just kind of run the high desert, area,
Nice.
stuff like that. But
It's
it's
your district. Okay.
yeah. It's it's been around for shit since what is it? 100? We just celebrate 160 years or something crazy. It's been around forever.
Good for you, Mikey.
Chicago.
So when do you come back to the gym?
Every day. The
I haven't seen you there
Jake,
lately.
Jake, I swear I
we,
didn't.
mean, we mean the gym.
I didn't
Yeah,
see
that gym,
I saw,
man.
it's really busy this morning. I didn't see you, so I mean,
Yeah,
maybe
no,
you
I
came
got a
little
buddy
later.
of mine. I had a buddy of mine working out. Caleb, we've been working out together. So he's I just been running over there for the last couple weeks or whatever. But he's further away, so it's like it's hard to get him here. So it's kind of meet in the middle or whatever. Yeah. But we'll see how long he hangs on. I worked out with my other buddy, man. I got a real inspirational client friend of mine, paraplegic. He was doing one of those what do you call those lineman rodeos?
Yeah.
Where they go and they climb the pole the fastest and do all that crap with the fastest or whatever. So he was there was no T. I forget what they topped. There was no T on the telephone pole, so he was climbing it, racing, just practicing. Well, there was no T to stop the belt, and it came off the top and freaking 40 feet in the air, dude, freaking free fall. And I was asking him, I was like, is it like in a dream when you're just kind of like, he's all exactly like that. He's like, I have that nightmare all the time that he's falling still or whatever. But anyways, landed, freaking insides like exploded, paralyzed from the waist down, paraplegic. But taught himself how to walk again. He doesn't walk normal, obviously, but he's able to walk. His legs are about as thin as my wrist.
He's a local guy?
Yeah, local dude, but man, he's freaking a badass. So
Good for him.
shredded, yoked up, looks amazing. But so I take him, like in the summertime, we were going. I'll take him. He rides I think he's only one in the world that is a paraplegic that rides a hydrofoil. And he rides. So I tow him on his boat in Spring Valley Lake in the mornings, like at 7 a.m. On Fridays and during the summertime. And that dude's out there freaking shredding on this thing, dude. Freaking
So he's
paralyzed
still
from the
living a
waist down.
life?
Hey, man, Danny Garcia is freaking badass, man. But it's pretty cool because it's funny because, like, I went and worked out with him, his wife, his daughter, and we were doing legs. The dude could still. He's like I said, it's amazing. He's still got a little bit of movement where he could still work out, legs anyway. And it's funny because people, different things like, oh, it's too far to go, or I didn't feel like it, and it's just like. Dude, I live in pain all day, every day, man. I freaking know how my legs to work. He's like, just when you tell any excuse to hear any excuses, like you guys, you guys are just a bunch of bitches. Yeah, nothing.
And he can literally tell everybody that.
And so he bought himself a 2-story home to walk up and down them stairs to make himself learn how to freaking walk, man.
Yeah, he did it.
He's doing it.
That's cool for him.
Doing it.
Danny G.
Dude, it's
Shout out Danny,
nuts,
bro.
man. But it's like I said, it's just inspirational to be around him, to watch him, to see him. I mean, he freaking hits the jumps on them skis, dude, and come apart or whatever. Freaking shit's flying everywhere. It's wild. Damn. But that's what I told him. Like he had this, I forget, it was an infection or something. So he had all these bags and hoses out of him. So he's like, dude, I want to go snowboarding or snow skiing or whatever. And I looked at his wife. I'm like, are you okay with this? Like, if I take him up there, she's like, he does whatever he wants to do. So I took him up there, and I was like, look, man, if something happens, like, what do you want me to do? He's like, just don't let him take me to a hospital, medevac me down to, I forget which one it is, in L.A. or whatever. He's like, don't let him take me to a local hospital. And I was like, are you freaking serious? He's like, I'm dead serious, man, but make sure they medevac me down there, or I ain't gonna make it or whatever. So we're going, cruising down, there's just some little tables, nothing too crazy or whatever, where he lines up for this thing. I'm like, no way. And again, he's got bags and hoses hanging out of his stomach and shit, right? But it all kind of patting down to him or whatever. Dude, he freaking hits this thing and just freaking comes apart and lands, dude. Wham! There's freaking stuff everywhere, right? Skis and poles and freaking shit everywhere, dude. And I'm like, oh my God, like looking for my phone as I'm approaching him, like I gotta call freaking Mercier. But and he's not making any noise or whatever, but he's just laughing his ass off, man. He's laughing so hard, even though he's all wadded up on the snow or whatever, man. So I freaking grab all his shit, put him back together, stand him back up, and he's off to the next one. The dude's nuts, man.
Wow.
He's a freaking
Fucking
badass,
Danny,
man.
bro.
He's crazy.
That made my day, this story.
But yeah, just to watch him and be around him and be able to do stuff for him, like I said, man, I try to do whatever I can, because like I said, it's not for him, it's for freaking me at that point. I'm just like, dude, I don't even get on the hydrofoil or do any of the water stuff with him. But like I said, just to set him up on the stuff, man, buckle him in and throw him in the water, and to be there to watch him is freaking just amazing. The dude's freaking just skying out of the air, dude. It's wild.
That's so cool.
Super badass. So yeah, next time you don't want to go to the gym, man. They go Danny G. He's
Yeah.
over there freaking. He's over there paraplegic.
Mike, want to plug your social media?
Yeah, at the Mike Arias on Instagram and Mike Arias Jr. on Facebook, man.
I got one more. Hold
I'm
on.
on it.
Go for it.
What's your message to the youth?
Message to the youth,
Yeah.
man. Well, to everybody.
Get your
I mean,
asses whooped.
This is the thing, man. It's funny. Every time where there's a little retirement party, I said it a couple times on our local retirement for our people too. But for everybody, I mean, the thing is, man, we're all going to be dead soon, man. None of this shit matters. How much money you make doesn't matter. You're not going to be able to take it with you. So whatever you do for work, whatever you find out doing, you better like it, man. And make sure you like it. Don't stop until you find something that you enjoy. Mm-hmm. Because like I said, man, this shit's going to end. It could end tomorrow for some of us. I mean, hey, I got to drive home on one of the scariest roads up here. You might not even make it home. But the thing is that I always know something is going to happen, right? And it's going to be something catastrophic. Like when my mom got cancer, it's like, boom, it happens like that. She's gone in a year, right? Something is going to happen. So when your spouse dies, when you get diagnosed with cancer, expect it to happen. It's going to happen. Not like, oh, man, I hope it doesn't happen to me. It's going to happen. We're going to wake up and it's going to be boom. You got cancer. Your mom just died. Your spouse, your kid just died. Something crazy is going to happen to you. Enjoy life every single day, man. Mm-hmm. You better enjoy whatever you do every single day, because it's going to end. And it's going to end early for everybody, right? One of my buddy TJ Carpino over there, Mama Carpino's, when his dad passed away during COVID. They're Italian or whatever, so it was like I think it was like his best friend or something comes from New York or whatever. And he's got the accent and all that stuff. And he said right there, man, we were standing next to Tom's freaking casket or whatever. And he's like, nobody's gonna escape that fucking trap. Dying. Yeah. When nobody's gonna escape it, man. It's all gonna happen to us. So whatever age you're at, if you haven't got your career lined up, make sure you enjoy it. Make sure you have fun. Make sure you're spending time with people you enjoy. And it's not always your family, because it's just, it's family is not family. It's your friends or your family, right? Mm-hmm. So whoever they are,
I agree.
Enjoy them and hang out with people you enjoy. But don't take everything so serious, man. The people, getting these negotiations and all this stuff, and they're like, oh, we got to be serious. It's like, dude, we're going to be fucking dead soon, man. None of this shit matters. Have fun. And, keep that in mind, because it's going to happen to all of us, man. One thing is for sure, and we're all going to die.
Fucking A.
Mike, thank you so much, buddy.
Thank you.
Yeah, man. Thanks for having me.
Good time.
Appreciate it.
Good time.
It's a fun time. We lasted a while, 2 hours and a half.
Yeah,
Good time.
yeah.
Almost.
Good talk. Good talk.
1 minute
Ladies and
review.
gentlemen, this is the ROIL TALK podcast. Smoke, lift, and live. Good night.
Good night.
Night.